Why? Welcome, guys. Welcome. How y'all doing? Okay. Hey, Joseph and Cindy. How you guys doing over there? All right. In 2 minutes, the intro is over. Let's get to business. This is gonna be fun though. Alright, let me do this. We're gonna talk about imported husbands. I know my sister Cece and others who were here when we started this channel, they have been waiting for this series to kick off. And I was just kind of taking my time, trying to ensure that I really have time to do this before I dive into it. This is gonna be a long series. It's gonna be like 10 series. And I do hope that everyone find time to watch it either on replay or on posted videos, because there is a lot to learn and so many stuff to unpack. I'm gonna say this up front. If you are watching this series and you're looking at it from a biased mindset, you won't get the message. If you're watching this series and you have this mindset of blaming women or blaming men when it comes to marital issues, you're not gonna get it. Hey Peanut, how you doing? Simbi and AJ. All right, please like the show as you come in. Do me a favor. Hit the like as you come in. We are about to start serious business now. Serious talking business. Let me tell you right now, I'm not expecting people to like this series. The only one who will kind of enjoy the series are those who those who are open-minded and they are willing to do something positive in their marriage. This is not the type of series that you can watch and not look at me somehow like, what I pay boy you pay. But trust me, if you pay attention, let me see if my background music is up. Okay, we're good. Hey, Comfort, how are you? If you pay attention, this series will help you a lot, especially if you are living abroad or you are planning to relocate, or if you are married to somebody who you brought to the Western world, either your wife or your husband. Watch this series with an open mind. and listen to what I have to say. And this series is particularly important because I lived through these experiences and I can relate with people who are going through the same. And let me say this up front. If you have not experienced it, you can't relate. And if you have experienced the stuff I'm going to talk about in this series, try to see it from my angle, your angle, and the third person's angle. And if you watch this, you have a brother or a sister that are relocating abroad to join their spouse. When they called you and complain about stuff, I think you will be in a better position to advise them. Because I'm going to be speaking the raw truth from my personal experiences and from what I've seen, heard, and watched people discuss online. Okay? So we're going to talk about imported husbands and what they have to go through. That's why I'm making episode 1, Imported Husbands and Loneliness Abroad. A lot of people misunderstood men when they joined their spouses abroad. And their marriage started on a rocky, oh man. But what I'm saying is, if you don't feel it, you don't know it. So I'm starting the Imported Husband series with loneliness abroad, because you've heard women said, I brought my husband abroad and in less than a year or within 2 years, he was a different person. This wasn't what I signed up for. I spent money on my husband. I called lawyer. I processed his papers. Now, it seems like he used me. So many complaints. And the same goes for men too. You will hear abroad husbands telling you all kinds of stories about how the woman they brought from Africa is treating them abroad. You hear a story like, oh, some of these women, they are terrible. How can a man bring you abroad and you now divorce him? You want to take his property? Just plenty stories. But at the bottom of all these stories, there lies some pains, some things that were not told, some issues that were concealed while they are telling these stories on social media. If you go to Dr. Shola's page, Sanusi, Fadeke, how are you guys doing? If you go to Dr. Shola's page, you're going to see series of posts every day. Wife complaining about husband complaining about their wives, all kinds of story. And whenever they are telling these stories, they start from the end, not the beginning. You'll see husband come on live, they will come to social media, or they will send message to Dr. Shola. Hey, Sister Natu, welcome, ma. You see husband come on social media, or they will send message to Dr. Shola. Yeah, I see the message, Sister Natu. The good thing is, I actually have some time today, so I will sort it out. Thank you, my sister. Okay. I see the full one. Let me check on my second phone and I'll follow up, ma. Thank you. So as I was saying, you often see husbands come online and they will tell the story from the end, not the beginning. Also, you see wives come on social media, tell the same story from the end and not the beginning. It's always like, can you believe My wife that I brought from Nigeria, from Africa, she did this to me. Oh, she was in France. She treated me this way. She treated me that way, blah, blah, blah. It's always start from the end, not from the beginning. And the same goes to women. Can you imagine? After all I did for him, I brought him to America. I processed his papers. I did everything right. I was treating him with respect. Nothing I did not do for this man. No, he come as he began work like this. He get money. He started taking care of his family, building out, doing everything. In fact, he divorced me. They will tell you those stories from the end, and then they will hide a whole bunch of stuff that happened from the beginning. And then you see the online in-laws, they will hop on it. Oh, this man is a terrible man. God will judge him. And if the victim is the man, people will start attacking the woman. But we hardly look at it from the main reason. What actually started it all? How does it start? Can you just bring somebody from Africa to Western world, and from the very day they come to Western world, that's when you people start fighting? Or the person start fighting you from the airport where you pick them up? No. Things happen. So please, I said all this because I want you guys to pay attention to this Imported Husband series. And like I said, you may have brothers or sisters who are in distance relationship with their spouse who lives abroad. And very soon they might join their spouses abroad, and then they'll come back and start telling you all these stories. Come back to this video, watch it all over again before you say something. So, how did I arrive at today's topic? Why did I choose to speak about imported husbands and the loneliness abroad? Understand their pains. Why am I starting from this angle? So I was gonna do a show yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago. I actually canceled the show. That was the Breaking Bad show that I was gonna do. I'm still gonna do it. But yesterday, while on my brother's show, Man of Prestige doing an amazing job now. Please always go and watch, this week, Man of Prestige was treating some issues that were mailed to him. And in fact, he's giving free advice to couples if you can listen. And these advices are valuable. You will need them. So the story Man of Prestige shared yesterday kind of resonated with me. And why? When he read the story, from the moment he was reading the story, I was in the chat and I was kind of pointing out what I feel or what I felt was wrong in the story. And later, I have to join the show, and I stated from the beginning that what I'm about to say on the show, that I don't think a lot of the people who were watching can relate with it. And I said it is a high-level conversation. And the reason for that is I knew what I was going to say. Only those who have advanced wisdom when it comes to making the marriage work, that we understand my point of view. Because I know my point of view was crazy, and I know it's going to be crazy. It's going to be strange when they hear it. Because how can a woman complain that the husband, she processed his paper and brought abroad, that same husband, she caught him texting another lady in Nigeria, and these were exclusive chats. And since then, they've been having all kind of issues. And now I called into the show, and what came out of my mouth is, should that be a big deal? him texting a lady in Nigeria? And besides, do you know how many people he's chatting with at that earlier stage when he relocated abroad? I know it's going to be strange, because I'm not going to lie to you. In this day and age, when anything involves cheating and involves a man, and you dare try to reason, to say, maybe there is something behind why he did it, bro, the internet will drag you. Everybody will attack you. Everybody will call you all kinds of names. But if they like you, if they have some rapport with you, they might feel like, okay, make I just spare a man no talk. But what kind of nonsensical thing is this person saying? Look, relationship have come to a place whereby it's time we start saying some hardcore truths. It's time we start calling some things out so that people can get out of their fantasies and face reality. So let me start by playing this clip from Man of Prestige. Shout out to Man of Prestige. He read this story. I want you guys to listen to the story, and then I will draw my point of discussion from it. Now, these are issues. The email that was sent to Man of Prestige has a lot of issues in it, but the one I'm speaking on is the one involving the chat between the lady's husband and another lady in Nigeria. And please listen, I am not saying what that man did is justified. I am not saying cheating on your wife is the way to go. No, please take note of that. I am not saying the lady was wrong to be angry finding out that the man she spent money to bring all the way from Nigeria to the United States or wherever is her location is actually chatting another lady in Nigeria. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm trying to point out what you should know in case you are importing a husband or wife from Africa, and how you can deal with those issues. So please listen to this story from my brother, Man of Prestige. Shout out to Man of Prestige. And I've told you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, go and subscribe to Man of Prestige so you can learn. Now, listen to this.
Is perfect in life. You're not perfect either anyway. So is that to say you should be expecting people that are just committing bad behavior? No. It's okay to be a normal human being that fantasizes about being the best human being in this world. That's okay. That's how that you're enjoying life. Oh, you're enjoying life and they are lying to you, like, says who? Nobody's necessarily lying to you. And then if you find out that somebody was lying to you, you react the way you react. Okay. All right. So it's not exactly that I'm right or Uncle Beno is wrong. I just want you to pay attention to that mindset. There's a personality type that thinks they can cover all base like that. You're deceiving yourself. You can't cover all base. The best way to cover your base is to make sure you're becoming a better version of yourself every day. So in terms of this story, my husband won't listen. Is my marriage over? I'm going to read it one more time. I'm going to give all the tips. All right. This is the question that came up today that led us to this conversation. She said, I'm feeling overwhelmed because my husband is adding to the stress my family already puts on me. Over the past 5 years, it's been one issue after another. I brought my husband to the US, but I never feel appreciated for it. He betrayed my trust when I found disturbing, flirty messages between him and another woman. I confronted the woman, but it seemed he had already prepared her to lie to me. Though I have no proof of him cheating beyond these inappropriate texts, the betrayal still hurts. When I was going through this, I confided in my cousin for support, but he ended up telling my parents. All I wanted was someone to listen, but instead it escalated the situation. My parents remind me of my misfortune every time things start to feel like they are getting better. And now they're pushing me toward a prayer with a prophet. My My husband and I are still struggling. He doesn't listen to me, and I'm getting frustrated. I convinced him to see a counselor at our church, but he feels the counselors are taking sides with me and aren't telling me the truth. We spent thousands of dollars on additional counseling, but nothing has improved. He seems content living in misery, but I'm confused about what to do next. 3 of my 7 siblings are already divorced, and my worst nightmare is to end up like them. I'm scared. Is there any hope for my marriage? So that's what we're responding to.
Okay.
I
don't know if you guys heard it. Did you get the story? Please let me know in the chat real quick. Did you all get the story as read by Man of Prestige? Tell me in the chat real quick. Did you get it? Okay. Like I said, I'm only concerned about the aspect of text messaging. So here it comes again.
My misfortune every time things start to feel like they are getting better. And now they're pushing me toward a prayer with a prophet.
All right.
So it's not exactly that I'm right or Uncle Beno is wrong. I just want you to pay attention to that mindset. There's a personality type that thinks they can cover all base like that. You're deceiving yourself.
Hey guys, I'm playing the story again just so you can follow it up, so that when I start my analysis, we're going to be on the same page. Do you all get it? Hey, D, how you doing, my sister? You're welcome. Okay. Islamia say, yes, we get it clearly. Good. Simbi, let's not just start. This is the reason why I wanted to do this, because I see your comment already. You say some men are just bad. And like I said, this is Uncle Beno's channel. It's not easy playing the role of an uncle. I'm still young. I'm still relatively young. I'm not 50 yet. But I've seen a lot of book crap that is going on with younger folks these days. And I can tell you that a lot of young people will get their life messed up. And I don't want to see people first struggle to find love. And then when you finally find love, you don't have what it takes to keep that love. Everybody desired, oh, I want a good marriage. I want a successful marriage. When I'm married, this is how I want it to be. I want to look this way. I want to look that way. And then you finally got married and you don't have the skills, the patience, the wisdom to make your marriage work. And later, maybe after 5 years or 6 years, some don't even last that long these days, your marriage will crash. And then all of a sudden, you will become a bitter person. It's not just women, it's both men and women these days. You see men got married, spend a lot of money, and 3, 4, 5 years later, their wife divorced them. And they start crying, telling all kind of bull crap story about the wife. Oh, she's a controlling woman. She's a wicked woman. She's a stupid woman. They tell all kind of BS stories. The same goes to women. They will be married, call family and friends, I should be everything. And then 3, 4, 5 years later, they are divorced. And then they start painting the man up and down. Oh, his family is terrible. Oh, he's this, he's that. That is why I'm doing this. You got to listen. You got to listen. You see those marriages you see that are working out? Those people who share their story that they've been married 30 years, 20, 10, 15 years. They are just telling you the beautiful part of their marriage. If they dive deep and tell you what they endure, what has happened in that marriage, and they apply wisdom, instead of going by what somebody is recommending for them or what somebody is suggesting they should say, you will be shocked. Great marriages don't just become great. Both husband and wife have endured a lot. They have sacrificed in the marriage. They have overlooked a whole lot of excesses from their partners. They have come to a place where they now understood that this is life. They are dealing with human beings. And you can never predict human beings 100% accurate. So please listen, especially for the young folks. If you are not married yet, or maybe you've been married, you were divorced, you want to try again, listen to me. I know it's not easy to put myself out here, but I'm going to tell you the way it is. You can hate me, it doesn't matter. And like I said before, the good thing is this channel is not even making that much money to say, oh, this guy is ranting because of the money you want to make. I'm just going to share this thing with you guys so that when you encounter them in your relationship, you can have another angle, another wisdom from content like this to help you rise above it. Show me a woman that said she got married to a 100% perfect husband, and I will show you a woman that is lying. Or show me a man that said, oh, I am married to an excellent wife. This wife, oh, she's the best. Nothing is wrong with her. And I will show you a man who is a liar. So please, let's apply wisdom. Don't just start judging. He's a bad man, he's a bad woman. This is not about that. This is about what do you do when you found yourself in these situations. And like I said earlier, I live it. It's my experience, and it's been the experience of so many people. So please listen to this story. That is why it's a rant. I will play this story again, just like Man of Prestige said it. And like I said, there are so many aspects to that one story. But the one that caught my attention yesterday was the texting part. And the reason I choose that texting part is because in every relationship, even as we are here right now, your wife, your husband will be texting. It has nothing to do with cheating. No. They can be texting their business partner, their bosses, their sister, their mom, anybody. And when you see them texting, you are home, you see them down the phone. The first thing that comes to your mind is, what is this person doing? Who is this person texting? Human being, we are like that. Curiosity. We'll just be curious. Who is this person chatting on this phone? So texting is part of your marriage, is part of your home. And if you don't know how to handle it, it can ruin everything for you. Yes. Do you know the reason why, if you ask a lot of matured women these days that are in their marriage and they are enjoying their marriage, do you know the reason why you ask them, oh, do you check your husband's phone? And they'll be like, me, check my husband's phone. For what? What am I looking for? Why should I be looking at his phone? You might look at it like, hey, you dey trust man? Hey, me, I go check my husband phone. I want to know what they do for that phone. Auntie, you will only cause yourself pains. You will deprive yourself of happiness. You will even read meaning to what you're not supposed to read meaning to. That is why matured women are not bothered about, oh, you are texting, you are chatting, who are you chatting? If that guy is doing something shady, he will play into your hand one day. And the same goes to men. You see your wife on the phone, chatting, smiling, and your mind is be like, who is she chatting? Hey, what is on that her phone? Oh, I need to know. Who is she talking to now? Bros, you go just get BP. You will develop high blood pressure for nothing. Your curiosity will ruin your marriage. You will be looking for what is not there. That is what this today chatting is all about. Hate me or like me, it really doesn't matter. But my conscience will be free if I tell you what you can do if you found yourself in this situation, rather than just saying, oh, this man is a stupid man. Why would he be chatting? Oh, this woman, why will she be complaining? It's not about that. You're going to be married. You're going to find yourself wondering what is going on your husband's phone or your wife's phone one day. How do you approach it? That is what this is all about. So please, I want you guys to listen to the story again as Man of Prestige read it yesterday, and then we'll come back and discuss the issues. So just spare me this small minute to just do this, okay? Take a listen.
Yourself. You can't cover all base. The best way to cover your base is to make sure you're becoming a better version of yourself every day. So in terms of this story, my husband won't listen. Is my marriage over? I'm going to read it one more time. I'm going to give all the tips. All right. This is the question that came up today that led us to this conversation. She said, I'm feeling overwhelmed because my husband is adding to the stress my family already puts on me. Over the past 5 years, it's been one issue after another. I brought my husband to the US, but I never feel appreciated for it. He betrayed my trust when I found disturbing, flirty messages between him and another woman. I confronted the woman, but it seemed he had already prepared her to lie to me. Though I have no proof of him cheating beyond these inappropriate texts, the betrayal still hurts. When I was going through this, I confided in my cousin for support, but he ended up telling my parents. All I wanted was someone to listen, but instead it escalated the situation. My parents remind me of my misfortune every time things start to feel like they are getting better. And now they're pushing me toward a prayer with a prophet. My my husband and I are still struggling. He doesn't listen to me, and I'm getting frustrated. I convinced him to see a counselor at our church, but he feels the counselors are taking sides with me and aren't telling me the truth. We spent thousands of dollars on additional counseling, but nothing has improved. He seems content living in misery, but I'm confused about what to do next. 3 of my 7 siblings are already divorced, and my worst nightmare is to end up like them. I'm scared. Is there any hope for my marriage? So that's what we're responding to.
All right. All right. Thank you, man of prestige. God bless you, Baba. I'm gonna leave the link to that episode here. I want you guys to go and watch it. I think Man of Prestige did like about an hour, 20 minutes on some other issues before he gets to this story. So you may have to skip the video to about 1 hour, 20 minutes. Let me even check when the story started. Yeah. So you may have to skip to about, yes, you have to go to the 2 hours mark. Okay. Go to the 2 hours mark. Man of Prestige usually break his videos into segments. So I will see if Baba breaks this particular segment out. I'm sharing the link. So if you want to watch the full video, please go to Man of Prestige page, watch the whole thing, but go to 2 hours. I think the discussion started around 2 hours when I joined the show. So please, when you get there, like the video, leave a comment. If you have relationship issues, always reach out to Man of Prestige. Baba is helping a lot of people, and God bless him handsomely for doing that. So now let's come back to what we are going to discuss today. So in that message that Man of Prestige just read, you heard when he said one of the complaints the lady gave was that after bringing the husband abroad, she caught the husband texting exclusively with another woman in Nigeria. And since then, there has been several issues that was going on. Why it caught my attention is this. I see my sister Marriott. Sister Marriott, don't begin making me laugh already. Sister Marriott said, I used 10 minutes to justify cheating. Hey, I just want us to chat about this, and hopefully people can learn from it. Sister Marriott said, I will be chatting to men now. My man must know I am imported, so it is hard to leave Nigeria behind. Thank you, Sister Mario. These are part of what we're going to talk about in this series. It's a long series. And like I said, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm an imported husband. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys my story along the way. So I'm an imported husband, and I've lived through some of these experiences. And these particular text messages caught my attention because I had similar experience. I think 3 months of getting to United States, I was doing exactly the same thing that man in Man of Prestige story was doing, chatting with people back home. And among the people I was chatting, an ex-girlfriend was one of them. Though I wouldn't say ex-girlfriend, like I say, somebody I've developed attachment to before I traveled. And the attachment was kind of strong. But then I am married. Okay. So I'm just telling you guys for you to know why I'm doing this. 3 months when I get to United States, in fact, from the second week that I was in the United States, I was doing a lot of chatting with people in Nigeria. My friends, majorly, not even girls matter. Mostly, I am chatting with my friends. 247. 247. I know you already wonder, hey, why? Where you there, America? Why you the chat person for Nigeria? There is a reason for that. Abroad is freaky lonely. Especially in your first 2 to 3 years abroad. Loneliness will finish you. Okay? Loneliness will literally cause you depression. I don't know about other people. Okay? I'm only speaking about those who were balling in Nigeria before you import them, whether man or woman. If your imported husband or your imported wife is someone that lives in cities like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Warri, all those happening cities in Nigeria. And you know, there are some people that live in Lagos that don't even know what is going on. But I'm talking about if this person you are importing is a social animal, somebody that goes and flex every weekend, somebody that works, close work by 4, maybe he get home by 6, and he still spend 2-3 hours hanging around his friends. There's a reason we say Nigeria is sweet too. You see, many of the people, many of us that travel abroad, if you make Nigeria half of what America needs today, that there is electricity, there is security, the economy is stable, 50% to 60% of all those people that travel out, they will be back in Nigeria. You know why? Because there is life in Nigeria. There is no life abroad. Don't get me wrong. There is no life abroad. In your first 3 years to 5 years abroad, there will be no life. You will be frustrated. And that is when the loneliness eats into your skull abroad. In Nigeria, you may not have money. And please, if you are watching from Nigeria and you've lived life in Nigeria, you really enjoy life in Nigeria before, tell me if I'm lying in the chat. In Nigeria, you live life to the fullest. You may not have money in Nigeria. Your friends will come and take you out. You may not have money in Nigeria. Your friends will come to your house, or you go to their place, or you people just hang out somewhere. As a man, you may be broke, but so far you be guy where we say, Omo, you dey ball. You may not have money. Your friends will come around, they will drive around, or they will call you, guy, come, where you dey? We dey so area. Meet us so area for first tag. Oh, meet us for this corner. You go there, you go eat, you go drink, you go have a blast. You're gonna have a blast without having a dime in your pocket. You are never ever lonely in Nigeria. If I lie, tell me, say I lie. That's the way it is. And for girls, as a young lady in Nigeria, if we remove the pressure of you trying to look beautiful, to feel along just like your colleagues and everything, you always have attention as a woman in Nigeria. If I'm lying, say Uncle Ben, I lie, or people know they give people attention for Nigeria. You always have people who admire you, people who come around you, people who celebrate you, who are happy to even see you, people who are happy to mingle with you. It's not the same thing abroad. That is why you see Nigerian government might be treating everybody like a crap. And you will still see us. We come to social media, we are still smiling at Ashisha. Hey, Sister Didi, how you doing? So, why am I starting from this angle? You see, once you are married and your husband or wife is abroad and they process your paper and then you are coming abroad, there is this happiness in you. There is this fire in you, this joy that, oh, I'm going to America. I'm going to Canada. My visa don't come out. Finally, Sister O'Shea, how you doing? Finally, I'm going to meet my husband. I'm going to meet my wife. Your joy will be filled. Everybody will be happy for you because you are traveling out. Everybody knows that abroad where they go, by the grace of God, you will not come back empty-handed. Everybody knows that abroad where they go, your own don't done. You are okay. God don't butter your bread. So you are excited. And your wife or your husband that you are going to meet, you are also excited. You want to go and meet them. This is somebody you are apart, you are married. And it's not easy marrying to somebody you live in America, your wife is in Nigeria or any part of Africa. It's not easy. So when your visa comes through and you are traveling to meet them, you are already in cloud 7. Then you get to your airport, I don't know, wherever your entry point, maybe New York, maybe Atlanta, maybe Houston, whatever is your entry point, you are happy. You begin see Oyinbo, you begin see fancy places. Immediately you know that, man, I don't dare Yankee. Hey, this Western world is fire. Then you saw your husband or your wife at the airport, waiting for you. You run into their arms, you kiss, you embrace, you are happy. And then the drive from the airport to your home, you start seeing places, fancy places, everything. And you'll be like, oh God, I thank you. Finally, I'm here. Then you arrive in the house. Everybody welcomes you. Some people, some will literally throw party for you. So first day, second day, jet lag, you've relaxed, 1 week, you and your wife, everything will be fine, You people, if Kerewa really day your blood, what fire knee. You go to fire the wife of the husband. Oh, I don't miss you. Then times keep going. And then from the second week, the first thing that hit you is this. Maybe when you came in, some people will take time off from work. I remember when I came, I think my wife took like maybe 3 or 4 days off from work. So we were together all through, my kids, everybody. I was just so happy. And then my wife resumed work. Bam! I wake up in the morning, she's already gone. It's the same for everybody. So your spouse might took time off, they spend enough time with you, you people will be balling, and then they have to go back to work. And then the reality will start to set in. You wake up, wife is gone, or husband is gone, only you in the house. And if it is just you and your wife or you and your husband, no kid yet, you wake up, your husband don't go. You watch TV. You do whatever you want to do. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Hey, then you'll be like, let me even go around now. Let me see what is happening. You step out of the house, depending on where you live, whether you guys are in an apartment or you guys are in home. If you live in an apartment, good. You might still see people where you step out. But if you live in a home, when you step out, there will be nobody. If I go outside my house right now, if you look out from beginning to the end of my street, you feel no see nobody. Maybe you go just see motorway drive by once a while. That is it. And then you walk, you walk around. You in Nigeria, you feel just the government, you just say, that is not so in abroad. In abroad, go, you greet some people, self. The way they look at you, go, what happened? So the bottom line is, for a man, I'm going to speak from the angle of a man. Once the wife goes to work, it's only you at home. You are bored. Nobody to talk to. They are still processing your paper. It might take you for those who are fast. I think my Social Security came out around, I think we applied maybe the 4th day when I came. That's when we applied. It just took everything together. It took like maybe 2 to 3 weeks before my Social Security come out. And these are advanced world. You can't do no shit if you don't have Social Security number. So meaning for the first 3 to 4 weeks, your life have not started until they give you that number. If you say I'm lying, I don't know where you live, how it is, but I live in Texas, and I'm speaking of how it happens in Texas. So you are literally grounded. In abroad, if you don't have Social Security number, you can't have driver's license. You can't have nothing. And even if they give you the social security number, you can't just hop in a vehicle and drive. Okay, fine. You have a grace if you are driving wherever you are coming from in Africa. Maybe you're coming from Nigeria, and they give you you have driver's license. You can use the driver license when you get here, right? But do you know the road? Do you know the rules? Do you know traffic laws? And as part of the lesson, I want you guys to extract from here. If you come to Canada, US, or any part of this Western world, don't fall into the temptation of driving if you have not done their driving test and pass and understand their traffic law. This is not Africa. This is not Nigeria. If you say, hey, I have my Nigerian driving license, if your wife is not around, maybe your wife go to work and she has an extra car or something, and then you say, oh, I'm bored. You hop into the vehicle and you are driving. You won't even know when you will start violating traffic offenses. And listen, when the police stop you here, they don't send your papa. They don't send you. Your record go begin from the moment they arrest you or they give you ticket. You don't want to start your life abroad like that. So if you are the kind of reasonable person that calm down and say, okay, let me start slowly, you will see that every time you are grounded. Now, your life as a man revolves around your wife. Your wife, if you want to even go to the store, maybe you'll be man who like to do faji. You like to get a bottle of stout, or maybe you just want to get a liquor just for you to chill. Since you probably have nothing to do, you are still relying on your wife. Your wife is the one that will take you to wherever you want to go. You can't do shit. So listen to me, ladies. That is when the reality will start to step in. The reality will be crawling up on the man small. A man that in Nigeria or part of Africa where he's coming from, he can literally get up and do whatever he wants to do. Now, just within the first month of coming to join you in Western world, that man cannot do shit without you. You are his Alpha and Omega. Fine. Women are not complaining. In fact, your wife is happy that at least you are here. She will go to work, everything. When she come back, she's tired. But because you are around and she know you've been at home all day, you've not done anything, she might just say, oh, babe, okay, maybe we should just go to downtown, or maybe we should just go to this fun center. She just wants you to step out of there. So now, even though she's tired, she go just shower, wear clothes. Oh, yeah, babe, go. She's driving. She's happy. But what you may not see as a woman, and that is why I'm drawing this lesson out now, you may not notice that he's feeling lonely gradually. So let's come back to this text message scenario. When you go to work, he's home. And some of you, depending on your job, you work 8 hours or 12-hour shift. So when you go to work, he's home all day long. Nobody to talk to. What do you think he will be doing? He should just stay there. I'm waiting for my wife. And this is somebody who just got to America or Canada, who is still happy that, oh, man, I don't leave that on a crazy Nigeria for now. So now he's texting. Texting, chatting is keeping him busy. Texting, chatting with people back home is how he is surviving at the moment. So here is the problem. Just like Man of Prestige read in that message, you as a wife now, you come back home, you see that, oh, after you hear, he has welcome you, hey, welcome, babe, how was your day? You people talk, maybe a little bit, and then you discover that, oh, every now and then his phone is doing ping, 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 pum, pum, pum. And let me tell you something about people in Africa. I will use Nigeria because I'm in Nigeria. I don't know. I don't want to generalize to the whole Africa. You see, people in Nigeria, they don't respect privacy. They don't even know your time. I have had people, some people will just carry phone, even call you when you are about to sleep or when you are sleeping. They don't know the time. They are just texting. So now wife come, the phone is buzzing. Ping, ping, pom, 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 bang, bang, bang. And every time the phone goes off, your husband pick the phone, pam, 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 he tie back, he put the phone down again. You people are talking. 1 minute later, he carried the phone again. Okay. Nobody where it go be. Even if now your woman you bring come from Nigeria, it's the same thing. You will start wondering, who are you texting? You will ask. And there's nothing bad in asking. Oh, it's just my friend for Nigeria, you know. We've been chatting all day. There's nothing to do. Now, wow. Whoa, this one where you don't come, forget those Niger people. You are here now. I just come back now. They won't even let me enjoy my husband. They are texting. What are they texting you for? And the husband will innocently tell you, nothing serious. So, you know, we're just chatting. We were just exchanging chat. None. Hey, okay. Did he say texting and chatting isn't wrong? But what makes it wrong is who you chat with and what time of the day. Absolutely. Thank you, my sister. And this is why I said you have to learn a lot from today. Just don't look at it like, Uncle Ben, what are you saying? You are justifying cheating. No, just follow this story as I'm telling you now. That's why it's a series. We'll continue it wherever we stop. Sister She said, the man will begin to check, though, all his contacts in his phone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sister Maria say, Bro Ben already said it's okay if the woman is sending suggestive chat to men too. Sister Mario, absolutely. And I'm coming down to where I'm going with this. So now, you guys are, he's chatting with people in Nigeria. And like I said, the people in Nigeria, they are respecter of no time. They chat you, send you message, call you anytime they want. It doesn't matter whether you are a man or you are a woman. They chat you up whenever it suits them. But here you are with your spouse, your imported husband. They are texting him, chatting him all day long. It will start getting to you. If he's not getting to you, that means you don't love that man. If every time his phone is doing he's replying text messages, you are not worried. You might be saying you don't really love him. If you truly love him, you will be concerned as a woman. And if now you be man, you bring your wife, you imported your wife from Africa to US. And 2 months or 3 months, her first 1 to 2 to 3 months, she's chatting back and forth. If you are a man and you are not worried, that means you don't love her. That is to say, you can't blame people when they are concerned and worried seeing you chatting on the phone with people in Africa. I believe that is settled. You have the right to be worried. Now, let's move to the next stage. You are chatting all these people. And this is where the Basbo started yesterday on my brother, Man of Prestige platform. You are chatting people back home. Among those people you are chatting, girls will be there. If you are a baller, you are somebody who has a social life back home. I'm not talking if you are a Jehovah Witness or you are a deeper life, a straightforward person, no attachment, nothing. You are so faithful. There might not be girls you are chatting. But if you are somebody who is in town, who really rock life, because let me tell you this, people are not going to like this, but I will say it anyway. It's not everybody that left Africa and come to US. It's not all of them that are open IO. Some of them are bushman and bushwoman. They are not exposed. Some of them just left their village. Now from their village, they go school. After they finish school for their village, they come back to their local state or town or city or village. Now from that place again, now they get visa come US. Not be all the big way you see now open and this conversation is about those people who we call wake up, soji, civilized people where we say that they town, where their eye don't tear. Those are the one I'm talking about now. Okay? So When you have somebody like that as your imported husband or wife, just know this. They are attached to one or two people back home. They may not have anything serious with those people. In fact, because they are married to you, they know you are their wife or their husband. They know they are just doing whatever nonsense they are doing back home with those people. But now they are in abroad. The environment is lonely. They got nothing to do. So they are chatting with them. All the people, I don't chat my mama, I don't chat my auntie, I don't chat my friend, I don't chat this one. That girlfriend or man friend is part of the people they are chatting. And guess who's going to chat them more than anyone else now that they're in abroad? It is those either girlfriend or boyfriend. Those are the ones that will chat them more. Because now where their guy or their lady don't enter Yankee, opportunity don't deal, money go flow. And to make that money flow, they have to keep that conversation going. Now, your lonely husband is chatting with a girlfriend. And then you caught him. I don't know if we are ready for this conversation. Then you caught him chatting with a girlfriend. What do you do at that point? My sisters, this is where I want us to have a robust conversation. Please, I'm dropping the link. Usually I wanted to do this as a rant, but because I know this is a controversial topic, and I just want us to have like 10 to 30 minutes chit chat on this so people can learn. I'm dropping the link. We can discuss this. The first question I have for you when you come in is, if you caught your imported husband or your imported wife chatting with a girlfriend or a man friend in Africa, what will you do? And bear in mind, I told you now, I was once in this situation myself. 3 months in America, I was chatting with a girl back home. And I tell this story on Auntie B's platform. I was chatting with a girl in Nigeria. And guess when I was chatting this lady? At work. My first job then, I think one of my first few jobs when I got here, I was working in a group home. Those abroad, we know what is group home. Group home is where they have people who they kept in a home. That is where they live. So you are going there to just take care of them, just like a house help, and at the same time, a healthcare support staff. So that's where I was working. I was working night shift. By the time I clock in at 10, my clients are already sleeping. All I have to do is to just do my preliminary stuff when I come in, and now I'm lonely again. And by 10 o'clock, it's already 4 a.m. in Nigeria. So by 12 a.m. in America, hey, honey babe, what's up, my sister? Welcome. So by 12 a.m. here in America, it's already 6 a.m. in Nigeria. And here I am, I'm lonely. And it's a night shift, and I must not sleep. Because abroad is not like Nigeria. If you are working night shift here, they caught you sleeping, they will fire you. Your eye has to be open, though. I was at work. What can I do? Everybody is sleeping. Even my madam self don't come from work. You don't sleep. 12 a.m., 1 a.m. That's how I carry phone. I begin chat. We were chatting back and forth, me and girl for Nigeria. And guess what? I was using iPhone 4S at the time. And I also have iPad. The iPad and the iPhone 4S, they are connected together on the cloud. Everything in my house, even in my office here now, everything I have, they are all connected. So while I was chatting, I didn't know that I left the iPad beside the bed at home. So whenever the chat comes in and the notification is going off, my wife was already seeing it. So my wife picked up the iPad, and then lo and behold, she saw all the chat. I was chatting with a girl in Nigeria. My saving grace is that I've never been that kind of a man that will ask for a lady, say, oh, send me nude. Why? I don't do all those crap. So it was just chatting. We're just talking about, oh, America, what is going on here? How is Nigeria? And let me tell you, when people leave Africa, especially Nigeria, and come to abroad, for the first 6 months to 1 year that they are living abroad, it's almost as if they are living in Nigeria and they are living in abroad at the same time. They are still keeping up with whatever is going on in Africa. So me and the girl, we were chatting back and forth. What's going on? Okay, how about this person? What did this person they do now? Oh, what is happening now? What are you doing now? Then she asks, okay, where are you? I'm at work. What are you? Oh, it's just a walk. I'm here. It's a night shift. I'm just here all alone. That's why I'm even chatting you now. And we chatted for about almost 2 hours. Remember, I told you I was working night shift. It's boring. My clients won't even get up until 6 a.m. in the morning. So I'm literally useless, but I must not sleep. And at that time, I'm not even used to coffee. There was coffee, but I don't, it's not like I'm not used to coffee. I don't know how to use the coffee machine at the time. So I couldn't make coffee. Don't laugh. There are some days that coffee, because I know Sabi use coffee machine, I go boil water, go pour the coffee inside the water. Don't laugh me. Don't laugh me. I Sabi use coffee machine now. So now, okay, welcome. I got somebody here already. So let me just finish this thing that I'm saying now. So here I am. I chatted with this girl for 2 good hours, and my wife was there, seeing everything. In fact, what made us stop at 2 hours was because my wife called. If she had not called, oh God, maybe I for chat like until 6 a.m. maybe. Then my wife called me and she was crying. And I'm like, what? In the middle of the night. She called me something around 2:30 or something, and she was crying. You know how women, they cry when they don't catch you, they don't see your text message, when you've betrayed them, you've broken their heart. That's all I was hearing. And I'm like, babe, what happened? What happened? Is everybody okay? I was asking about my kids and everything. And she's like, I saw all your chat. You are chatting with a girlfriend. Really? And she hung up the phone. Hey, I call her back. I do everything. She no pico. My yarn begin hot. I was literally losing my mind. I knew she caught me red-handed. And I'm like, tell buy me wahala day. How do I justify this? 2 hours of chat. Hey, Obirin. All right, let me start adding my sisters and we'll be going. I see you, honey, babe. Welcome. Let's start with my sister here or my brother. I don't know. The name just said M. Hello, how you doing?
Uncle Beno.
Hey, how are you? Who am I speaking with?
Marriott.
Oh, Sister Marriott, make we no start wahala here. Because since yesterday, you don't hold my blockers where you they fire me from Man of Prestige. Make we no start to.
We're not going to fight.
Yeah, welcome, my sister. What's up?
I during the conversation yesterday, I understood what you were saying. That because people are lonely, they can get themselves into these situations. But listening to you now today, you are telling us that are we ready for this high level conversation? Mm-hmm. But it doesn't sound to me like you also want to give us this high level conversation, because in the example that you gave using yourself, and I appreciate you using that, you're saying that you were having a conversation with this ex-girlfriend. Mm-hmm. But this woman said they were exchanging suggestive messages. It's not just that he was having a conversation with somebody. He wasn't just having a conversation. There were inappropriate things happening. So we're just going to extrapolate, right? There are inappropriate things happening during the conversation. It's not the same thing as just chatting. Chatting is, like your wife was upset that you were talking to this person. She was not happy. Yes, that's different. But if you're actually doing something else, like the example that I gave, like this person was exchanging nudes. No, not the person was sending them nudes. That is a conversation that is akin to you cheating on your spouse. And then the spouse is hers. Okay, I'm devastated by this thing. It's not the same thing as you just chatting to people in Nigeria. I'm so lonely, I'm chatting to people. I can be bored and chatting to you, but it's different if I'm, sending, orishi to you. That's very different. It's different. It's not the same.
Okay. Now, just like I said, I'm not the kind of man that I don't do all those send me this, send me that. If I am the kind of man who is interested in that BS, based on what was going on in my own case, I would have had the same thing. Because there are so many conversations. You know, when you finally catch your man WhatsApp now, women, you know, as it been as Sister Marion, you go scroll, dig into everything.
Yeah.
There are so many conversations between me and this one particular person. In fact, 3 months long conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I get where you are coming from. I get it absolutely. And that is mostly what is happening these days. People sending nonsensical stuff on phone. Married man, married woman. Some of them just don't care. I get it. But where I'm coming from, and the reason why I'm making this show now is this. Imagine as a woman, you have loved this person so much that you even go and marry them in Nigeria. And you now come back here, you work hard, you did everything, you fight for papers. I remember when my wife was filing for my paper, she used a lawyer because that's one thing about her. She know they like to cut corners. And if I can remember vividly, she spent close to $4,000 with the lawyers. And my case is not even a tough case. So it's a very straightforward case. We're married, officially married, all document is there. My children are already in America, but she still used a lawyer. She spent $4,000,
Mm-hmm.
her own money. And she's been raising my first daughter for about 5 years before I came in.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had my middle girl then, who was like, Vicky was like 3 months old when I came to America. So now look at the situation. As a woman, you spent all this money and you are bringing this person because you love them. You used to know them very well back in Nigeria. But now you are here in America. They've been in Nigeria all by themselves for I don't know how long. In my own case, me and my madam, we were apart for 5 years. Now you finally brought them here. They are with you. And because they are lonely, they are doing all this chatting, texting, and everything. And you find out that, oh, so even though that you now that you are even here, you are still having this exclusive nonsensical chat with a woman in Nigeria. Sister Mario, tell me, to be honest, how would you approach this issue?
Okay.
Why you laugh? Don't even laugh, Sister Mario.
First of all, I've never been in that situation, so I don't know.
You won't be in
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, it's a terrible
second
situation.
Of all, I think what we were saying to you last night and in the story that you gave us with your wife's reaction is the normal reaction. You're hurt because you feel betrayed. This is a betrayal. That's what we're trying to point out to you, that you're saying, oh, this is a given because they've been in Nigeria for so long and lonely. They can't just, cut the cord and move on. But we're saying that this is cheating. Okay, fine. You're finding it hard to break away from people that you had in Nigeria. That's fine. But when you go into the era of, or you go into the situation where you're sending stuff, you are hurt by that. And what the lady didn't say, I'm divorcing my husband because he's cheating on me. She basically said, these are the things that are happening to us, including this thing that has happened. Obviously, you have to go and figure out how you're going to do. You're going to have to talk to each other. Maybe he explains to you that he's lonely, he feels blah, 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 blah. But when you were speaking yesterday, you said, oh, why don't we find out what the wife, like what the spouse is not doing? That's not the fact that he didn't have the sexual discipline enough not to be exchanging inappropriate messages with a woman is not a function of the wife abandoning him. It's a him problem. And I think what we're trying to tell you, that you were saying that obviously this happens to every man and woman that is imported, but no, some people do have that kind of discipline that allows them not to get into inappropriate territory. Some people can communicate and go, you know what, because I'm an imported husband, I'm really finding it tough. I don't have a job. I don't have this. I need your attention. I need this. I need that. It's better to frame it that way, as this is a bad thing that you've done that has hurt your wife and you want to fix it, as opposed to, I think the way you were saying it, which sounded, I'm not saying it is, but it sounded like a justification and somebody not taking any accountability for what they did that was wrong. I think that's what the issue is. So if I was in this situation, yes, I would be crying and, very, very angry because I spent all this money bringing you and I love you so much and we have a family. But it would be, what is the problem? And if it's the problem that we cannot both figure out, then okay, maybe we'll go and talk to somebody who's a professional. But you have to have the conversation. The solution to my loneliness, Uncle Beno, right now, if I'm lonely right now, the solution is not for me to go and be thirst trapping and texting men that I know in my bikini. That's not the solution. Is that the solution? It's not the solution. What I'm trying to say, and I'm not being judgmental. I'm just saying that at the time that you did this, I think, like you said, your wife stopped you. I think Luke was saying that if your wife didn't call you and go, hey, you're having a conversation and I'm so hurt, maybe you would have gone into the bad territory. But what the solution isn't to go and start exchanging orishi pictures and, inappropriate messages. It is to communicate with the person that you've married and tell them that this is what is going on with you. I'm not going to assume that every single important husband or wife is cheating. So no, look, I'm not leaving my husband because they sent a message. Okay, what I will do.
Now you are talking.
Oh Lord. No, Ben, we're not saying that they should leave their partner. We're saying that the partner should take accountability for their bad actions rather than blaming it on, I was lonely, that's why I did this. That's not right.
Exactly. See, I agree with you absolutely, 100%, Sister Marriott. That is how it's supposed to be. And I like the fact that you mentioned, okay, one thing, let me clarify something first. You see, whenever I'm at work, I usually don't want to call into MOP show because, my buddy, MOP, he has to analyze everything the way it's coming. And then sometimes because you're at work, there's no time, I'll be rushing and all that. Maybe if it were like the previous day, if you remember the previous day when we were on the show, I was in my house, I was in my studio right here. So we were chatting. But because I'm at work, sometimes I can't even hear some things going on and all that. But it might come across as if I'm trying to justify what the husband did. But that is not my point. My point is, if you are importing a wife or a husband, you might find yourself facing this type of situation one day at the earliest stages. So how you go about it goes a long way. Remember, just like I even made the example of my own, this is not something that maybe the woman is suspecting. No, the woman saw it with a korokoro eye. The evidences are there. To the man, you have no reason to lie. You just have to admit, say, you don't F up. In my case, when madam catch me like that, the next morning, I rush on my duty, and the next thing, that day, I don't even know whether they run red light or green light, or I don't know. I was just running home straight. By the time I go home, madam don't go work. By the time madam come back, I want to talk. She just give me some kind eye. At that time, I think we were still living in my mother-in-law's house. And that was the month we actually moved to our own apartment. She just give me one kind eye until later, once I catch her for one corner where people no go hear us. Now they yummy. Make I explain. No. Let me explain. I can explain everything. Amo de shalaye. I shalaye. The alaye no work.
How will it work?
The alaye no work. But the first thing I did, I took responsibility. I'm like, I am guilty as charged. It's true, we're chatting. But you have to pad the story. You have to reshape the story somehow so that at least they're not going to take me to firing squad.
Bro, Ben, were you finessing your wife when you were repackaging this story? But I like what you said. You said you took responsibility for what you did. Now I want to ask you, did that loneliness that pushed you to talk to Mrs. Elese Koikoi in Lagos, did it now disappear? Did that loneliness now disappear?
No.
Okay.
Here is what happened. That is why I said the main point here is what you do and how you approach the issue when that happens. Because I've said this on multiple occasions. People are different. Like my own madam, she's the quiet type. She no go talk. She know where she go get you. People won't even know that shit. If not me coming out and saying it, nobody knew this thing ever happened. She didn't tell nobody. So her approach, she's not the type that will talk, call you out, No. But you can tell, mere looking at her face, even me, will be Okoyawo, I know, say, I don't F up big time. You can tell. So, because she went talking, I did everything to explain. It took me a while before I can repair that damage. In fact, it took me close to, is it 3 years before I can finally regain that full trust back when it comes to that area. When it comes to, is this man running around or something? It took me close to 3 years before I can fix that, before she can finally say that, it be like, say, now true, this guy, they talk, say, because I say he was lonely, that is why he was like that. Okay? So the point is, what you do, how you approach that matter at that point in time, both men and women. And if you are the man, the imported husband that got caught, how you approach the matter goes a long way. And if you are the woman who imported the husband, how you approach it goes a long way. Because let me say this, if my madam approach had been that she picked up the phone, calling my family at home, say, "Una see what una brother don't do now. Una brother don't come here. Now woman don't they carry." That damage has gone further with that.
Okay, Brother Ben, just
Right?
so I'm going to say before I go, what I took from your story is that when this was revealed, when there was a cut, your loneliness did not disappear. What you actually did was that you took responsibility for what you did. And then you must have communicated to the person that you married that this is how I am feeling. And then you're also telling us that it took you 2 years or 3 years to get back to where you were. I think what I'm taking from this is that the advice to all the people that are going to be imported and the people who are importer of the husbands and the wives should let them know that you need to cut the cord of all whatever relationships and relations that you're having before you move, because you don't want to end up in a situation where it takes you 3 years to regain the trust of your partner. That's the moral of the story that you've shared with us. That's what I've learned from
Now,
what you told us today.
Sister Marriott, that right there is the bone of contention. It's not easy to cut all those, just cut them off just like that.
Why?
It's not easy. And that is why after I take a honey babe call, I'm going to explain further why it's not easy. And just like you said, they will still end up cutting all of them off. And just like you rightly suggested, what I think should be done is to cut off the ones that can raise your madam BP or your husband BP. But saying, now I'm here, I'm cutting every goddamn, is not easy. These people have been part of you for some time. They are not your enemy. You can't just cut them off, boom, like that. No, it's not easy. So I will come to that, but I really appreciate your contribution, Sister Marriott. Only say, they see you, they throw that punches yesterday. I say, I don't work. I have to code. Make I never start with my Sister Marriott.
I like trolling you, Brother Ben. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, my sister. God bless you. Your voice, eh? Mwah. Hey, that voice. Don't sing, bye, my sister.
Lord,
Thank you. Yeah, that's Sister Marriott. Please, guys, give it out to Sister Marriott. Shout out for Sister Marriott. Thank you. Oh, see me. I go click honey babe out again. All right. My honey babe.
You clicked me out, right?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
How everybody? I hope everybody's good. It's
they're
a
doing great.
Friday.
Yeah.
It's a Friday, bank holiday weekend.
Yes, too. So what's up, my sister? What's your take on these stories here?
I totally agree with what Sister Marriott said, but I just want to add a few things onto. Personally, for me, I personally believe that the whole imported partner thing, I personally believe that marriage is hard enough as it is. And I think that you need to do your due diligence and be prayerful and make sure you know who you're getting married to, because it's two becoming one, especially with the fact that you are based in one country and your prospective partner is in another country. And I think people don't seem to realize that if you now want to bring a partner into, you want to import a partner, it's not easy.
Yep.
UK, America, Canada is not easy. So I think people need to do their due diligence and realize that you are literally up turning your life upside down and you're essentially starting all over again. People don't understand how hard it is to relocate. And I think the issue is that you got one partner that is based, example, in the UK, that is established, and your imported partner is just sitting at home until the paperwork for the visas or everything has come into. I mean, I remember when I married my partner, he didn't even know what a CV was, because you see what I mean, or understanding, you have to have a CV to apply for a job. And think, I'm not trying to be rude, but there's certain things in the UK that necessarily is not a thing in Nigeria, and he had to understand how the system worked. So you need to be very, you need to understand that. And I'm of the opinion, very much like Auntie B, that I personally believe that you should marry in your environment, because marriage is hard enough as it is. Having two people in
Hmm.
two different countries, I know it works for some people, but I think it makes it a little more easier if you are in the same environment and you know the same, you have the same struggles, because it's not easy to relocate. I have cousins of mine in their 40s and 50s relocating to the UK, and they are really struggling, and then they actually want to go back,
It's
and
not easy.
it's not easy. So what I will say is that I think very much what Sister Mariette said is the case, where even if you're lonely, I think the partner that brings you in should be very much aware of that, and try and have the time to basically, a bit like maternity leave, to be around you, to basically
You.
educate you. This is the high street. This is how to top up your phone. This help, you need to basically take time out to show them all the things they need to do. And I think people are just they just pick them up from the airport, and on Monday they're going back to work, and they leave their imported husband or wife to literally languish at home. There's only so much Nigerian movies you can watch on YouTube. You
Yep.
understand? So I think that is a key thing. You need to basically give them some kind of onboarding. I know it sounds a very HR thing to do, very much onboarding, and basically teach them what they need to do in the country that they're being imported to. The second thing I would say is that the fact that you're lonely is not an excuse. I'm all about accountability, hence the name Accountability Prefect. And I believe that if you're lonely, you should be able to say, babe, I'm lonely. You need to be able to say that I'm struggling in the UK, the accent, the cold, the food. Many people have issues. You should be able to have a conversation to say that I'm struggling. And the partner that imported them should understand that. But again, I do believe that there should be accountability, that just because you are lonely doesn't mean, like I said, for me, yeah, there's a particular gentleman I speak to. I'm into property right now, so I'm always speaking to him about numbers, about
Hmm.
mortgages. Now, if my partner wasn't the type of person he would think, who are you talking to every single day? Even my kids are like, who is Uncle Nigel? He's proper Oyibo. He lives in Essex, so he's an Oyibo guy. But because is something to do with business, it's not a problem. Now, I'm not texting anybody, I'm not sending inappropriate messages, but I think I disagree with the comment that when you come to Nigeria, you should have to cut all your friends. Your partner is a full grown adult. I would
God
never
bless
dictate to
you.
my partner, you cannot speak to certain people.
God
If
bless you.
I don't understand that one. And I've always said this, right? People need to understand you. You can't control anybody's behavior but your own. You can only control how you respond to people. How are you telling someone you cannot talk to this person now that you're in the UK? They're adults. So people need to understand you cannot be controlling people and telling people once you come to London, you can't speak to so and so. I don't believe, I'm always about free will. So I think the issue is communication, and the person importing the partner needs to onboard them, needs to take time off work and just basically talk through how UK, Canada, or US is. You don't just bring them on the Friday and go back to work on the Monday and leave them in the house. It doesn't work like that. They're going to
Nope.
be frustrated. They're going to be lonely. So I think people need to, if you're bringing a partner, you need to take the time out emotionally and physically to be there for your partner. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
See,
I don't know what you think about that.
Honey babe, you nailed it. You nailed it. You and Sister Marriott nailed it. Chatting with a woman in Nigeria when you are already with your wife abroad is a no. It's a terrible thing to do. But just like you rightly pointed out now, this person you are importing has a life where he's coming from.
Totally.
And you living here, I remember I think maybe Fat Boys, or what's that name again? Let me see if I can. I saw, yes, Fat Tolly. She pointed this thing out yesterday on Man of Prestige show, and she said, your spouse friend, your friend as a woman, they are not your spouse's friend. So you live in this Western world, you have adapted, you have created a life for yourself, you have friends and people here. Life is good for you. You are importing this man from Africa to abroad.
Yes.
What I think a lot of people missed is that you and this man you imported, you are not in the same zone socially at that point in time.
Yes, different experiences, totally.
Honestly, he will get there, but not at those early years when he just come around. You feel me? I'll give you an example. My madam is a very private, quiet person. She had lived in this place for 5 good years. People know her at work and just few people, but she doesn't go out, she doesn't do party or anything like that. When I came, nobody still know her that much until the second year that I was in America. And from that, right now, I think people know my wife is more popular in the community as much as I am, and she doesn't go to party or something. But you know why? I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
People see me all the time doing my hustling. Welcome, Sister Natu. I'll come to you shortly, man. People see me all the time doing everything I do. That is how they get to know my wife. So you living abroad, you have friends, you have already built your base and everything.
Exactly.
Still has a year or two.
Exactly. It's gonna take him time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. Yeah, I do. Totally.
You see, before he's gonna start building his own social circle. And let me tell you this. You see, all those people he's attached to back home, those people he's texting, chatting all the time, just to keep him going.
Yeah, exactly.
The moment he start walking, doing this our abroad work, you know, when you come here, you start fresh.
Yeah,
when he's doing all those jobs.
Yeah.
When he does all those jobs, by the time he comes back from work, he's so freaking tired. He can't even
make a phone. Yeah, exactly. Won't be able to make them phone calls. Totally. You're in sync here. Totally.
So as time goes on, he will start pinpointing those important people that has important conversation that he needs to respond to. As time goes on, even the girl he's chatting with, it will dawn on him that, what the hell? What am I even doing?
Exactly.
This girl I'm chatting with, she's living her life, she's enjoying. There is nothing here. I'm just being stupid. The good men. That's how they will start reasoning.
Can I say something? Yeah, sorry. Mariette said the nudes. My issue is if it's the nudes, you have every right to have that conversation, boy. Why me? I'm the type of person, I say what I mean, and I will say to you, I've seen something, and we would hash it out. But when I'm talking about conversations with men and women in Nigeria, I don't see what the problem is, because as Brother Ben, when the man finally finds a job and understands hustle in the UK or America or Canada, he will be too tired to be chatting to anybody. Obviously, if it's inappropriate messages, meetings, that's a different story. We're not talking about that. You would handle that like you would normally, whether you're imported or not. You get what I'm saying? That's a normal thing. That's got nothing to do with imported.
Yeah, exactly.
You deal with that no matter whether they're imported or not. I'm talking about having friends in Nigeria that he's holding on to because he's lonely and he has nothing to do. Those things will go in time when you're dealing with a 9 to 5 job in the UK, for example. Is he on the phone? All right, Sister Marriott, what I'm gonna say, yeah, is that I hear what you're saying, but the discussion I was having was that someone mentioned
I'm
about
sorry for
he
that.
should cut all his friends off, and I
Yeah,
don't
sorry,
believe in
sorry
cutting
for
all your
that.
friends up. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry for
Yeah,
that, honey babe.
that's okay.
I schedule a service, so they call like 40 minutes before they arrive. That's what they call it's all about. Thank you, honey babe, for your time. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
This is a series. I actually have the series like 10. We're gonna be talking more about it so people can learn. So I want to hear from Sister Natu, because my sister Natu also was putting fire in my yash, and my sister
Thank you,
Chinye.
Marriott.
Even at the point, everybody was they were not chatting, they were just looking at me yesterday like, if I catch this Uncle Bene.
I don't bring the matches, join. I go on the fire well.
What's up, Sister Natu? How you
Bro,
doing, man?
Ben, I'm fine. Hi, honey babe.
Hi,
So,
Oh,
Sister
bro, Ben,
Nato. Sister Nato
hi.
in the building. How are
I,
you?
I am doing great, my sister. So, I think one of the places that I disagree with Bro, Ben, when he said that it's not easy to cut some people off. So, this is going to be my question. Marriage is about sacrifices. If you're around people that your wife doesn't feel comfortable with, then you're going to tell me that because you know them for this long, you choose them over making your family happy. If you have girl, like, let me tell you something. We women, we know stuff. When we
yeah,
see a girl close to our man, and we know that her intentions are not pure, we know even before the man know. You be there and be claiming friend. We tell you no until the day she enter by the side. You be like, baby, you were not lying. No, we know ourselves. So if you're around a girl and I see your chat and I know that this one, this hard guy way in the form, inside and hard na pomo. Once you just put her inside hot water, boil 2 minutes like this, it will soft. I don't agree with that girl. You have to cut her off. And then you tell me, oh, because I've known her for too long, like it's hard. No, no. Even if it's someone that you've known for so long, I know there's a particular guy that was my friends, my husband's, I mean, they're still friends for a very, very long time. But for some reason, me and the guy, my spirit don't gel with the guy because he has some shady stuff that he does. If I see him, not that I don't say hi to him, but my husband knows I have my reservations about the guy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
But that's just the point. But let's also say it's a girl. Bro, if my husband is friends with any girl, if I say I don't agree, you go choose new. My guy, you
yeah,
go choose. That issue of, oh, some people just had to call. That's none of my damn business. America is bored. That's not my damn business. There are plenty of things that you can do. You can decide to, like, people like my husband cannot give me an excuse. Let me tell you why they cannot give me an excuse because he's a nerd and he likes reading. If you're bored, go and read. That guy can be on the computer whole day and be doing his IT thing. So there are plenty things that you can do. Even if you sit down there and be chatting, I'm like, you know what? Let me make something for my wife before she come back. I know she'll be hungry. You understand what I'm saying? That will
yeah,
go a long way. But African men with their shoulder pad, where they use a patako duan, they fold. Even if you wash, I know they soft. They will tell you that because I come America, I want somebody to sleep, mask, clean, cook for you. Now what for you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
But for us women, it's just little things that will turn us on, little things that will make us like there are some things that you do say because of those little things, like you understand what I'm saying, we approach it differently. But I'll come back, even help me carry broom, say, make I help this woman clean house. Help me say, make I boil something for this woman, and then
yeah.
still get time to chat.
Hmm.
Either fire service will come that house, come quench that fire, and they will come follow police join where they come barricade me and you. Or you understand what I'm saying? Not like in a literal sense, but I mean, you understand? That's how upset someone would be. But if the woman is upset about that, like her reasons are valid, honestly speaking. There are 1001 things to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if people want to talk to people, I don't sure, I don't enter America, I don't see, I understand that one. But one thing people are coming to America for the first time, coming to the West for the first time, all those I'm not saying cut your Nigerian people off, but you have to reduce access. Because when you start talking to people all the time, they are fine, just they come back from work. Those people know they know say you get bill, they go they calculate it, go work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You go don't get paid by Friday. Now, guy, I get problem. I beg help me. Do you understand those kind of things? So
Mhm.
sometimes when you have to reduce access too, and then the person that made a comment yesterday and said that when you come for your spouse and you have friends, your spouse, your friends are not your spouse's friend. Like I've experienced that personally. So when they say that, I think I was getting upset at some point. I was like, you don't want to follow us and go out. Like, just come now, let's go. They are my friends, blah, 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 blah. He has not openly ever said to me that your friends are, but one of our friends that is male, I don't know why. I need to tell this guy, come on, let's go and hang out. He doesn't want to. He said, your friends are not his friends. That was the day that it dawned on me. He said, your friends are not his friends.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank
But
you.
you know, I was forcing the thing down his throat until that my friend now said, leave that guy alone. If he wants
Yeah,
to go and doesn't want to go, go out. But your friends are not. That was when I now said, oh, but yeah, I had to hear it from a man to be able to understand. You
ex-
understand what I'm saying? And a lot of
exactly.
people don't get that. They just feel like, oh, you don't want to go out with us and our friends, blah blah blah. But especially if you're married to a quiet person, it's hard.
So, thank you, Sister Natu. Thank you very, very much. You know, you guys always bring it 100%. My boss is here, man of prestige, Baba himself.
Hey,
MOP
our
is,
landlord.
Is he there?
yeah, MOP is here. He's getting ready.
In the building.
Yeah, so I'm expecting my service people to come around. It's not something that's gonna take long. When they come, I'll just excuse you guys. I'll excuse myself for like maybe 5 to 10 minutes to introduce them to what they want to do, but the conversation can continue. Now, just in response to what Sister Natu said and what Honey Babe said before I bring in Man of Prestige, I think the approach, because my question today is that what would you do when you actually caught your man with that text messages? That cocaine, that evidence
You're going to jail, sir.
of
But I think the issue is I believe that whether you're imported or not, you're gonna have to deal with that in a relationship anyway. So you just deal with it like you normally do. You accept it or you
Mhm,
don't. Simple.
mhm. All right. And another thing, just to follow up what Sister Natu said. You see, there are some lady, and I think this is where Big Wala did. That's why I'm making this texting thing an issue here. There are some lady that the moment they caught their husband like that, especially
Okay.
their imported husband,
Yes.
their first thing is their first situation is to tell me, oh, you are cheating, you are doing it. Delete her now, delete her number now. As I'm standing
Okay.
here, you have to delete it.
Before,
Like that makes it
before.
different, right? As if we won't add it when he gets back to work. Come on, no one's that
Well,
stupid.
No,
well,
you know,
well,
but
No
sometimes,
one is that stupid. No
like
one is
Allah will
that
say,
stupid.
emotions is not your mate.
yeah,
You don't know how
Yeah.
you act until you're in that
No,
situation. Do you
I've
Hey
been
understand?
in.
everyone,
I
can you
listen.
guys hear me? Yeah.
I
yes, OP,
I
Okay,
will
okay.
be
I
honest
hear
with
you.
you. I've been in something where I've seen that and I know how I responded. Emotions don't really make any difference. If someone's gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat. It's how you handle it and respond with
Exactly.
it. I'm not gonna go into details, but there's a reason why I broke up with my first partner, got married, and then went back to him again. There's a reason. So
Sister
I'm not
Natu.
gonna go into any more details than that, but I've been in something very similar. It's how you handle it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And you see, men, we handle things differently. For instance, let me just be vulnerable now. If you caught me in a situation like this and you stood right there and say, delete the number, delete it now, that is where Wahala go start. It's either I won't delete it,
Yeah, exactly.
sorry,
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong, I'm not supposed to do this. I will apologize, I will take full responsibility. But you telling me, I want you to delete it,
They're
give
not
me the
gonna
phone, I
work.
want the phone now. I won't do it.
Exactly.
So
And that's yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna yield the floor to Man of Prestige to help us break it down. And
Sorry,
I'll be
what did I miss? Because I was kind of listening in and out. I was on the road.
no,
Mm,
you didn't
And
miss a
then
lot, MOP.
okay.
All what we
Okay.
discussed so far is that
Uh-huh.
I played the story of yesterday, the one you play on your channel. In fact, I've shared the link here for people to go
Okay.
and watch it. I checked, you have not split it off. So I told them they should just go to like 2 hours on the dot and start watching and they will hear everything. So
Got it.
I said my take is that everything that was said yesterday in the story, the
Mhm.
only part that concerns me is the texting, because I know that is the one that is common in all relationship. Even though if we're not talking about imported husband or anything, even people who are still married now, text and chat is still a big problem in a lot of marriages. So that's where I started. And my take is that yes, when men come over, when you import them, they are going to be lonely. And I share my own personal experience with this loneliness thing and what happened. But the point is, what you do at that point when you caught your husband, how he responded, and what you do goes a long way to determine what's going to happen in your marriage for the next 3 years. And I admitted in my own case, when my wife caught me, and it took me over 2 years
to recover,
to repair that betrayal thing. Okay. It took me 2 to 3 years for my wife to fully trust me again that, okay, this guy don't have anything going on in Nigeria. I text people every day now. Every day. My wife knows I have people working for me in Nigeria. We chat around the clock, and my wife holds my phone. She can do anything. She knows I don't even hide phone or anything. But 3 good years.
But have we agreed that it's not about the texting yet? It's about the content of the text.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we agreed. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And my take is, for anybody who is importing husband, how you react, how you handle it goes a long way. And where you came in is, I just asked, I think either Sister Nato or Honey Babe gave an example of what they want the man to do. And my sisters in the chat, shout out to Sister Yvette, Sister Chinye, everybody is kind of like, no, if it is an inappropriate text, if you have something doing with that person, you have to cut the relationship with that person instantly. You shut it down. And I'm like, look, fine. It's a wrong thing, but each person has a way of handling it. And I'm saying, if you cut me like that and you stood your ground by my side, you're insisting, delete the number, delete it. I want it gone. Give me your phone. I won't do it. To be honest, I not go do them. Now they're the fire.
I mean, that doesn't solve any problem anyway.
Yeah. Thank you, Baba. I check my repair person. They come real quick. Thank you.
Okay,
just
okay.
Over
no worry, not to anonymous will bring me up.
Can I say something? Yeah. There was a time where my elder son's dad said to me when I was 4 months pregnant, I have something to tell you. He now said to me that his ex-girlfriend is pregnant. How do you think I felt? Because people act like it's very easy.
Was pregnant.
His ex-girlfriend. I'm pregnant at the same time. So my son's, my son, the 12-year-old, his half brother is literally the age difference is 3 months. How do you think I felt going back 12 years? Now I could have easily, because I now found out that he was speaking to his ex while we were dating. Now I've been in that situation. What am I gonna now tell him with my big stomach? Delete the number. You have to decide. And I broke up with him, ended the engagement, and as I told you, we didn't speak for 5 good years. Remember this? 5 years I didn't speak to him. My son did not see his dad for 5 years. So I'm saying to you that I took it to another level. The ironic thing, we're now back together. And we've been back together the past 7 years.
Oh, with the same guy. Okay.
Isn't it funny? Yeah. Isn't that funny? Yeah. So I've been there, done that. But the way I'm trying to say is that it's very easy to act on emotions. It doesn't change anything.
You said what doesn't change anything? I missed that.
It doesn't change anything because I was like,
doesn't change anything?
I was doing the whole delete the number. Then when I was going to work in London, I found out through friends he was driving my car with the same girl that I said delete her number. So even if you say delete the number, yeah.
Oh, that one doesn't change.
It doesn't change anything because if he is still determined to be chatting to the girl, he can be doing it behind your back.
You can even take the phone away. It doesn't change anything.
Exactly. You can delete it and then add it back on. So that's what I'm saying. This reaction of delete the number, you must delete the number or you must speak to the woman to abuse her. It doesn't do anything because the guy can decide to do something else behind your back. I'm saying this out of experience.
Yeah, speaking to the woman is always a terrible idea too. I'm talking about speaking to the woman is exchanging conversations with. That's always a bad idea.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
of course it is. But
it might feel like a short-term fix. Like in the heat of things, You want to cover all the angles and accountability, but nothing you do in that instance when you experience that when you discover that betrayal, nothing you do in that
Yeah.
instance is going to help. You're just going to probably make matters
Exactly.
worse.
For 5 years, I
Yeah.
couldn't even, I blocked him. He came to my house. I nearly called police for him. I was crazy for 5 years. And my
Mm-hmm.
temper knew no bounds. That's how betrayed I was. But I had to get to a stage that, you know what, I've got a child for this kid. He needs to see his dad. Things developed. I forgave him. And we're back together. We've been together for 7 years, but that's another story. But I've been there where the rage is crazy. But at the
Yeah,
end of the day, it doesn't solve anything, because at the end of the day, when I was ranting and raving, he was still seeing her behind my back.
exactly. Yep. Fab Stolly is saying Natu said you gotta choose. Uncle Beno says play it cool and let the bond weaken over time. What's the way forward, MOP? Can you bring me up to speed? So I haven't listened for like 40 minutes straight. I was in and out before that. The last okay. When Marriott first came on the stage is the last bit that I heard. So I don't know exactly how far we went with the conversation since then, but it sounds like Uncle Beno have brought you guys up to speed, because initially he was saying it like it was just a conversation. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah, we
guys?
can hear you. Yeah, we
You
can
can
hear
hear
you.
me.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, okay, all right. So I'm just gonna go with what they're saying in the chat. Not to where are you now? What's going on here? You guys are distracted.
Sister Nato, Toko.
But I mean, we finished the conversation yesterday, but I think Uncle Beno was really still very particular about how you handle the text message. In terms of handling the text message, it's not something you can do instantly. The only thing you can do instantly that I can say it's okay to handle is confront your man, not the other person. If you see something strange like that, you need to confront and say, what is this? The answer you get in that moment in time is not really going to help anything beyond just at least you let them know that you found something out. And you're not going to sit down there and just tolerate it. That's how you demonstrate that you will not accept anything less than um, integrity in the relationship. That's why you confront that. You're not confronting so that you can get all the answers. You're not going to get all the answers on that day, but you will be able to demonstrate that you're not going to accept anything less than integrity in the relationship.
Can I
Uh,
say something? I had a
Go
friend of
ahead.
mine that found something on her ex-husband's laptop and
Mhm.
in his car. She never confronted him. He still doesn't know why she left him almost 7 years ago. I don't know why she never did.
Oh, so she left.
She left. She just saw
Well,
some.
that's
Yeah.
fine. You
She
know.
never confronted him, never asked him why, nothing. I was like, wow. She says she just couldn't be bothered with
So
three
that
kids.
so that's another thing I'm hearing from Uncle Beno.
Yeah,
That you can't manipulate people to staying in a
exactly.
relationship. Some people they can't do it.
Mm,
They're
mm.
done.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
by the
done. She
way,
was done.
that person could have been the person that said, "Oh no, I would never leave my man for another woman." They could have been that person, but then when they
No
actually
comments.
experienced
No
it,
no comments. I'm
oh,
not gonna say
goodness,
anymore.
see,
Exactly.
but
Yeah, yeah,
when they
yeah.
experienced it, it's a
Totally.
different thing
I was in
entirely.
shock because she was the
Yeah.
type of person that she was like, I will never leave him. When she told me, she was like,
Hmm.
I got something to tell you, I've left. And I'm like, no bloody way. I was in shock. With 3 children, she
Yeah.
just packed and went. He still
Yeah.
doesn't know the reason why she left him till today, 7 years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. 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 Yes, I did notice also that Uncle Beno moved position, and from yesterday, what he was saying yesterday was I won't even say move position, but he was focused on. It was more so focused on like it's a certain thing that everybody will go through that. That was the focus yesterday. Today, he's focused on how you respond. Those are two different conversations.
Yesterday, can you hear me, MOP?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, I'm at work. I was at work yesterday,
Mhm.
and I was juggling so many things at the same time.
Right.
But what I was pointing out yesterday is that like the text was all I spoke about yesterday.
Right.
Say that the texting thing is a big deal, and when you import your husband, you should expect the likelihood that he might be texting people back home.
You just
Now-
added likelihood, though. Likelihood was not there.
No, and no, what I said yesterday was, look, almost 90% of
There you
whoever-
go. 85 to 90%.
90% of we either husband or wife you will import from Africa,
Mhm.
they will be chatting with people. You
Okay,
can't,
so that 85 to 90% is 100% in reality.
okay,
That's what you were saying yesterday.
yes, and I've not changed that. They will be chatting with people, and I started by explaining my own experience. I don't know if you
not chatting with people.
man.
Sorry,
No,
Uncle Beno.
Who-
Inappropriate text messages.
Yeah,
not
you need
just
to be
chatting.
specific, not just anybody, because you can be
No,
speaking
we
to
will
someone
get
all the
there.
time and it could be innocent.
When I was explaining it right here, I said they will be chatting with people. They will chat with their mom, their dad, and everybody.
Yes.
And yet, among all those people they are chatting, their ex will be there. It could be one or two ladies that they are chatting.
But
And
there could be you heard Uncle Kidola told us he was a virgin when he was imported here some few weeks ago. He could be a virgin.
agreed. And I think those who started with us here, they heard when I said that, look, the reference I'm making here is to those husband or wife you imported from cities. There are people back home that they were not exposed. They just, from their village, they went to school. They graduated, they come back to their state or their local area and they started working. And then the visa came through. People like that, some of them might be deeper life, some of them might be co-religious people.
Mhm.
Who don't even know all this. My context, the people I'm making reference to in this one is, if you import a wife or a husband from the city,
Mhm.
that's just my point. Baba, they come. May you continue the conversation. They come.
Okay. Somebody remind me when he comes back. Even in the city, he's still making assumptions that everybody that lives in Lekki has collected 100 body count. That is still an assumption. Okay, and that when we're having these conversations, we really need to spell that out so that we don't miss it. There are the Ondo girls are known for something. They know how to generalization, stereotype. They can doke very, very, very well. And multiple people. That's a generalization about Ondo people, and that's from the village, right? So I know it's very easy for us, and I don't want to be the generalization police, but this is very important in these conversations. This is very important in these conversations. It's very important to not generalize this kind of things. Anybody, I don't want you to. The conversation yesterday was specifically there's no such thing as the certainty that because you are importing somebody from the city that they will absolutely be testing a text. If you engage that mindset, you will not have rest. You will not have peace of mind. It's better off leaving that person alone. Don't import them. In terms of how you react if this kind of things happen, that's a different conversation. We can also have that conversation. How do you react? As a matter of fact, Auntie B and I think Tuesday, I'm going to be with Auntie B. We're going to be talking about handling conflict. We could talk about handling conflict or crisis, things that happen. The reason why we want to talk about those things is because they can be difficult to handle. They can be very difficult because they come from a blind spot. And it's often not going to be where you envisaged, or maybe you prepared. Somebody told you that all men are going to be cheaters, so this is how you respond. That conversation is where I struggle. Like, no, all women, all Nigerian women. If you remember, there was one brother too that came on the. I don't know if it was Uncle Kidola earlier on, maybe about 2 years ago, that basically said, Nigerian women, don't bring them from Nigeria because this, that. You remember APC Bishop now? That was exactly his point.
Yeah, I remember. I had a fight with him in it because he came on to Auntie B show.
Yeah, that was exactly the point he was making. He was saying, and then when we start to dig in through, he was talking about his personal story.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember? And then the lady, his wife, the one that he married, came on at the show. You remember that? So come and expose his nyash. So again, we got to be careful with this kind of things. There is no guarantee in life. That's a fact. There's no guarantee of anything called Auntie B. Is there here my name? Auntie B. Yes, yes. Kishi, you're a person of your name. You know, so here's the thing. We got to be careful with generalizations. Generalizations are super easy to do because we're talking about our experience. That's what we generalize based off of, right? When it comes to relationships, every relationship is unique. Every marriage is unique in its own way. If you listen to that story, that lady was also saying, I think she said 3 out of her siblings are divorced, and it has created fear for her, right? And when you're operating from a place of fear, you can't. It's just, you know, it's just very, very difficult. Ola, did you just say nyash? I said, what did I say nyash? I said nyash. Did I say nyash? I probably said nyash. Oh. I do like nyash, by the way, Auntie B, but I don't know if I was talking about anything about nyash. Did I say nyash? Anyway, so where did Natsu go? So this conversation, imported husband, loneliness abroad. I don't see the Uncle Benno tried to connect it earlier on. I don't see the connection. And Mario did a fantastic job. I heard when Mario said, this chatting with randoms is not the solution to loneliness. So me too, I was struggling to see where the connection is, but I see what he did. He built a story. He built a story, and he started with just that you should know that they will be chatting with people in Nigeria because they had relationships. Those are all valid points. They have relationships. You're bringing a person of a certain age that have relationships. They're coming overseas. Of course, you should expect that they'll be chatting with people. I don't think you should start a relationship by expecting that they will be chatting with exes. Onibe, can you explain the benefit of expecting that to me?
There's no benefit because I'm of the opinion that there's no correlation between a partner speaking inappropriately with someone and the assumption that they're imported. I don't see the correlation. And I've said it, to me, it's going to without the imported quote unquote title, it would happen in a normal relationship, even if you're in the same country.
Thank you.
Are you getting me? Thank you very much. Make it make sense.
Right. Like even if you're here, even if you get the person of the next week, they could do that. So I don't know why must we create a guarantee?
Exactly. We've imported. Exactly.
You know,
it can happen.
Oh, Atibi, I remember now. I remember I did say that. Bishop's wife did come to open his nyash after he tried to cajole us with the oh, if you bring somebody from Nigeria, they are just all, I forgot the exact link, but it was basically, and then before we finished the story, found out he was talking about his experience. So generalizations are coming from, let's apply a little empathy to generalization, is we are speaking from our experience. When we've gone through something that's traumatic in nature, our brain calculates that, you know, it makes it like that's your whole world, right? Somebody just shattered your trust level, right? So if you look around the internet long enough, you'll find enough people that have gone through something similar, or in one small way you can relate. So naturally you just make a conclusion that, oh, it must be every Nigerian that acts this way because a Nigerian stole your 50,000.
To be here.
Atibi is here now.
Wow.
Drop the link. Maybe she wants to come up.
Auntie B, please come on, please.
If you have a little time, Auntie B,
please
come and elevate the conversation.
Auntie B, we roast my yash today.
she probably will.
You can handle it now, bros. What's the big deal?
Auntie B. All right, Baba, go on, no verse, I beg.
You probably missed what I was saying. So I was saying in the beginning, I see what you did there. You built the conversation from just conversation to eventually you brought in the fact that there was some inappropriate conversation with exes, and then eventually you told your story. I see what you did there, right? You made some valid points. Of course, people have relationships in Nigeria, and of course, they're going to continue to have friends in Nigeria and continue to connect, especially where they're trying to still figure themselves out here, right? Maybe wife is off to work and things like that. But if we bring in the specific, right? If we bring in the specific of that lady found some inappropriate text messages, right? He don't disappear again. Are you hearing me? I was trying to tell you what I was saying. Let me continue the chapter. And to be said, I would have responded that show, but I don't want APC bishops. Wala. Listen, Atibi, the other day I was looking at how many APC bishops that are blocked on my account. I think they were like 15 or so. About 15 of them, you know. But let's see. MOP, APC bishop is coming for you. They can't do me nothing. Leave that thing. They can't do anything to me. Look at this internet. It will throw you on DS. Did he not get tired? He got tired now. He was doing that for a while now. All you have to do is just chill enough. Cherish Olivia, good to see you. Charaloge. Okay, I finally pronounced that properly. Charaloge. All right, thank you. So Fab Stolly, as I was looking at the comment that Fab Stolly made earlier on, let me see if we can still find it. I can speak to that. Let's see here. Okay, Uncle Patrick says, I completely agree with you. Not all women from the city chat with X. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Uncle Patrick is actually here. Uncle Patrick, sir.
Hey, Yola.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, are you the one hosting or Uncle Ben?
No, I know the control now, Uncle Ben. No. Now Uncle Ben don't get the control. So.
No head though. I wish I can even add you to your side self. I didn't know I would have set it up like that. It's just that the thing was just boiling on my mind. I'm just like, let's talk about this, because sometimes people don't really know what imported husband pass through at times. They just feel like, we the more important. So I just feel like, let us talk about this thing.
So Uncle Bendo, Fab Stolly, shout out to Fab Stolly. She's properly summarized what your points were. Now you can push against it. She said, Uncle Beno is Bella boring the fact. Is that an English word? I've never seen that word before. But anyway, is Bella boring the fact that exes linger and it's normal? So the wife should accept it as a part of marriage to an imported husband. Is that what you were saying?
Somehow.
Yeah. So we know I understood you from the beginning now, from yesterday. I understood you, and I said no. What I disagree with is that not only should you not accept it, don't expect that.
No, it's different, because if you say you don't expect it and then you import the husband, it becomes your reality. What do? That's my own take from yesterday's show.
Oh, so okay, good point.
I went back to play. I have to leave the show and complete my work, so I went back to play the last part, and I heard everything you said. So my thing is, you have faith. You believe I'm importing this husband. He's going to be a great man. He will come. He will fulfill everything. And then the guy comes here, and then you see this aspect of him being lonely and chatting.
Yes.
And then you just go, why? How dare you? Who is that person?
Yeah,
you have the faith to do that. And now it happens. What are you going to do?
Good. So what we're gonna do? Let's hold on.
To that thought. And to be there, everybody there. So, Baba, no, we'll not go forget my senior sister for back there.
Bring her on now. Where is she? Okay, Auntie B is the one without the picture. Auntie
I don't know why my picture is not showing. No, Ola. But no, you Adeo. Hello, darling. Honey, babe, I'm so happy to hear your voice. In fact, I jumped in when I saw you. I actually thought it was Ola that is hosting.
No, this is Uncle Beno's platform. I know
it's Uncle Beno's platform, but you are the main person I was saying, so I thought it's you that is hosting.
This show has been on for a while. I just came in.
I've seen it now. That it's been on for 2 hours. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you've been here for a while. I've been listening behind the scenes. I just came on stage.
Okay, so
So
what's the what's I don't understand what Ben is saying. Pay imported husband get lonely. I don't understand. Sorry, guys. Can
yes,
somebody fill me up very quickly?
you know what I should do. Let me read the story with my mouth. Now it was playing.
Yeah.
It was playing. Is the show that I did yesterday on this particular story. My husband won't listen. His marriage, is my marriage over?
Right.
So Uncle Bedo is focused on one particular aspect, but let me read. It's very short, and
It's
then we'll
very
talk about
typical of him to
that.
focus on one aspect.
Yeah. All right. So it says
That is Brother Beno's MO. We know that brotherhood.
he picks up his own part, and
Yes.
and that part is what. So we continue part 2 on Uncle Beno's platform today. All right.
Okay.
So I'm feeling overwhelmed, and I quote, "I'm feeling overwhelmed because my husband is adding to the stress my family already put on me. Over the past 5 years, it's been one issue after another. I brought my husband to the US, imported, right? But I never feel appreciated for it. He betrayed my trust when I found disturbing, flirty text messages between him and another woman. I confronted the woman, but it seemed he had already prepared her to lie to me. Though I have no proof of him cheating beyond this inappropriate text, the betrayal still hurts. When I was going through this, I confided in my cousin for support, but he ended up telling my parents. All I wanted was someone to listen, but instead it escalated the situation. My parents remind me of my misfortune every time things start to feel like they're getting better. And now they're pushing me toward a prayer with a prophet. My husband and I are still struggling. He doesn't listen to me, and I'm getting frustrated. I convinced him to see a counselor at our church, but he feels the counselors are taking sides with me and aren't telling me the truth. We've spent thousands on additional counseling, but nothing has improved. He seemed content living in misery, but I'm confused about what to do next. 3 of my 7 siblings are already divorced, and my worst nightmare is to end up like them. I'm scared. Is there any hope for my marriage? So Uncle Beno is focused on the flirty text messages part.
The imported husband is sending to someone that he
Yes.
left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm.
Auntie
There are so
B,
many things. Mm?
no verse Auntie B. Make I quickly defend myself first. So make I defend the part that I focus on. You know, say the first time I came to your platform, I mentioned something similar like this when I was telling my own story. So what I focus on is this: your imported husband could be lonely, and he's going to be lonely. The first few months to 1 year, he's still not getting himself. But the first 3 to 6 months, the only people he got that he can talk to, chat with, or anything are the people back in Nigeria. And no how
Yes.
somebody he had something with, or somehow might be part of the people he's chatting with. Now, if you caught him with that text, with all those nonsense they were chatting, as the woman who spent all this money, believing that when this man comes, you know, your life will be complete, you guys will be having a good time, and now you caught him. How do you approach it? Will you now make that chat a big deal in a way that it can literally cause you guys a lot of problems from there on, and it can linger on for a long time? Or rather, you approach it differently so that he himself is already caught, you know, he's guilty, but now we have to focus on what do you do from there. As the man, what do you do? As the woman, what do you do? If you just hang on to, oh, you are texting, and like I said on a Man of Prestige show yesterday, why would you let somebody who is in Nigeria or somewhere ruin everything you work for because you caught your husband texting? And I'm saying the reason he's probably doing that is because he is lonely. And with time, he will outgrow, he will get out of that nonsense. The moment he start working abroad, he got busy. He won't even have time to do most of those things. That was just my take yesterday, Auntie B.
Well done, Brother Ben. Clap for yourself. You've spoken very well. Very, very well. Well done. Honey, babe, you see when we always say that a lot of brotherhood, they lack accountability.
Totally. Say it,
Everything
Auntie
that Ben has said now,
B. Yes.
me, because you know how I always say it on my show, the kind of person I am,
Yes.
I always put myself in the other person's shoe.
Okay.
So, Brother Ben, Put your brotherhood on the side and let's flip it. You are the one in the US. You went to Nigeria to marry a woman, you brought her to the US. She's lonely. It's the same experience. I was lonely when I came here to the UK. Everybody's lonely when you leave your country where you have your friends, your network, your family, your colleagues, whatever. All your life, you've lived in that country. That's all you know. You'll be lonely when you go to a different country. So let's flip it. If it's the wife that's married, is an imported wife that was married from Nigeria, came to the abroad. And because she's lonely, she's not busy. She started chatting with a man in Nigeria and the husband finds out. Are we going to have the same conversation, Brother
No.
Beno?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we
don't
going to be
believe it.
saying, focus on being busy? When you are busy, you will get out of it. You will get out of it. It's because you are not busy. Instead of talking to somebody in Nigeria, why are you calling somebody to Nigeria? All your investments, eh? You this brother that you spend so much money to bring somebody abroad, are you going to allow family to spoil it for you just because your wife is lonely and talking to somebody? It's nothing. It's nothing. After all, she's lonely. Are we going to have that conversation, Brother Ben?
Yes, ma'am. And this is what I would do. And this is what I would advise people to do. If you know it's a possibility, you need to bear in mind that if I found this woman that I'm importing, chatting and texting, and maybe one day I stumble on her phone and I see that she's chatting and texting with a man, I get it. It's painful. It's devastating. But with everything that I've done, all the
Is
marriage,
it painful? No, because you never mentioned that it was painful when you were talking as if from the brotherhood aspect. So it's painful.
I mentioned it, Auntie B. I mentioned everything.
Yeah, maybe I didn't catch that.
And
It's painful.
I said women are right. It's okay for women to be angry, and you can't even predict how they are going to react.
How about you start by telling someone that is married? Brother Ben, please, you need to, let's work on this accountability. I beg you. Let's work on it. How about starting by not shifting blame or saying, no, let's tell. Báwo lẹ́yìn Yorùbá ṣe máa ń sọ? How do Yoruba people say pé ìka tó bá ṣẹ̀ lọ́ba máa ń gé? Àbí how do you say it? Ọlá, you don't understand Yoruba.
Yoruba, you're strong.
Yoruba is not even strong. I can't call you.
Loba mange. I guess
Yeah.
something like that. Hey, Uncle Patrick Day here. Thank you, sir.
Ìka tó bá ń ṣẹ̀ lọ́ba máa ń gé. It means that let's talk to the offender.
Exactly.
Everything you are doing now is trying to shift blame and not be accountable.
No accountability. Yeah.
You are married. You are here now. I get it. It's not easy for anyone when you move to a different country. Why are you chatting with your ex? Why are you chatting to women? Oh, you don't have friends, men that you can chat with. Why is it a woman that you've been caught chatting with? That's the first point, because if you don't correct the behavior and you want to gloss over it and say, oh, it's because it's new, it's because it's not busy, it's because he just came, then the person has a nature that, he doesn't know right from wrong, and he doesn't want to be accountable for his action. He doesn't know what he's doing is wrong. So first of all, let's address that behavior. You are married now. We get it. You are new in the country. Your wife goes to work so number of hours so that he can pay the bills, because you are new. You are not settled yet. Is that how you're going to thank her? By chatting with your ex-girlfriend in Nigeria? So we need to be accountable for actions.
Absolutely.
Without accountability, my brother, we're not going to go anywhere. Honestly, okay, the fact that the woman is calling people, reporting, there are so many things wrong in that story, Ola. So many people.
The cousin. She called the cousin, and the cousin told
They call the cousin. Now they are going to pastor for counseling. All that is wrong. Why are you going to pastor for counseling?
Thank you, Auntie B.
No, don't thank me. I didn't say that they shouldn't go for counseling. Why are you thanking me?
Auntie B, you're harsh though.
But Ben, why are you thanking me? Did I say you should thank me?
No, I thank you for at least pointing it out that the issue is not that big much that you have to.
It is big. No. It is big. You are undermining the fact that what he did is wrong. And for a woman, that is very painful. You need to first of all acknowledge her pain. She's disappointed. She's broken. Why are you talking to your ex-woman or your ex-girlfriend or whatever? You can't do that. You're a married person now. I understand that America is a whole new country for you. You don't even know what's happening. You are lost. But your first thing to do is not to be chatting with your exes. How about cleaning the house and making dinner for me when I go to work so that I can have food to eat? How
Ah,
about taking online courses so you can settle in the country? How about reading about the new country? There are so many things that are productive. And your kuni, I'm sorry to say this, but a man bajego alone.
Auntie B, loneliness no day easy
So
abroad.
not only man they lonely, woman not they lonely, Abby.
Auntie B is different from men abroad, though.
So once you are lonely, we should start misbehaving.
Exactly.
Let's give a pass.
Oh, Auntie
Auntie
B,
B, can I say something? Because it's like,
Yes, sir.
bro,
Yes, sir.
Ben is just dragging this thing.
Don't mind brother Ben. Don't
Bro,
mind
Ben,
him.
I'm sorry. We are here to drag you, like Ola said. You can't. No, I'm serious. He said, no, 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 no. I'm going to say something before I share my own experience. I'm going to be vulnerable. You know, you can't do it. Auntie B has said it all. You are in a marriage. Why should you? You know the way women. You don't understand though. The only way you can be free that women chat with their ex is when they are in a bad relationship, bad marriage. That maybe they will be thinking maybe I made the wrong choice, and one way or the other they get connected with their ex, and their ex now say I told you, you know. That could make their mind draft. But once you are married, somebody brought you here, you can't do that, Ola. Ben, why should you do that?
loneliness.
No. What do you mean by loneliness? Are you not
That's not an
matured?
That's not an excuse.
Uncle
So,
Patrick.
Are you not
so let me
responsible?
let me say
Let
something.
me land. Let me
Excuse.
land. You know, we have
Oh,
somebody
sorry.
somebody came to my house,
Mhm.
and the person met the ex in America.
Mm.
So the ex had a special need child.
Mm.
So the ex was now saying, maybe they can marry, if the guy can marry him. And the guy told me, Uncle Patoko, let me go first. If you do that, get out of my house. You can't do that in my house. The lady was actually serious. That they can marry, she will get him a paper, they will file. And I said, no, 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 no. You left your wife at Nigeria. I don't really care about green cards. So what will happen to your marriage? So you want to involve me? I said, no, 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 no. The person has to go back to Nigeria. He has to cut every link with the ex. But it was open. It was free for all. You know, open. When the ex is ready to send the ticket down to the state where she is, she's ready to find people. I said, no, no, under me. I reject that. It's not me. Get away from my house. You have to go back to Nigeria. I stand on my ground. So let me give you my experience. You know, when I came to America, my ex, one way or the other, we get connected. I was even naive. Listen, I gave you my house phone number. So when my wife gave birth, she calls, and I wasn't at home. During that period that we were using land phone, she now left a message, Patrick, congratulations. Let me greet my wife. And my wife, I didn't lie. My wife, I told her, my wife was mad. I said, why did she call? I have to cut everything. So why did she call? And I didn't even have anything with her. Nothing. She was just saying, Madam, congratulations, you know, those things just to greet her. My wife said, no, 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 I don't want her greeting. What do? I said, responsible. I have to cut every link with her. I said, no. Even though we don't even have anything together. You know, once in a while, hi. You know what I mean? I just said my wife had a baby. She called and left a message. She didn't see me. So once you are married, you are married. So the Yoruba said, what don't you call Adani? You know, a cutlass only have one eye. You know what I mean? Why should it be? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. You don't know what's going to come out from there. What kind of are you going to be lonely forever? You never see job for abroad. You come from work, say you go they snore when you sit down for your chair. You'll be tired. Face your home. Why should you be texting X and engaging it? No, it's wrong. No. If a man cannot accept it, no, you shouldn't do it to a woman too. Yes, it's wrong.
Okay, Uncle Patrick, here is a question now. The man is here. The wife caught him texting a woman in Nigeria. Should that be the end of the marriage?
You don't know the background story now. And so what? You don't know what the man
depends.
has been doing before. You don't know what the man has been doing before. That shouldn't be the end of the marriage. I don't want it. I don't. The woman will say, let him stop it. So he has to stop it.
This is what this is the confusion.
Yeah.
This is that question Uncle Beno just asked is the confusion.
Misleading. It's misleading.
It's another topic entirely. Should we change the topic to what you should do if you find yourself in this situation?
Exactly.
That's a different conversation.
But that's the conversation we're having right now. The man is texting because he's lonely.
Okay.
And I've said mine earlier before our other people come in and more like people.
Uncle Ben, wait.
Yes,
let me give you another example. If you and your wife get separated, God forbid.
Ben, who are you calling elder? Is it me you're calling elder?
No,
if I catch you.
I knew that was coming.
Oh my God, this is getting crazy.
Auntie B, let him answer that question. If there's a separation between a woman and a man, does it mean either of them should go and cheat?
A separation?
Yes.
It's separation, they're not technically together. So if one part
No, they might be in the process of reconciling that, the man might say, okay, a lot of men just say, okay, I want to work out. I don't want.
So it would depend on their understanding.
Exactly, and what they decided, yeah.
Because no, but Patrick, let me help you ask that question.
Okay.
Properly.
Okay.
If a couple, for whatever reason, circumstances, document are living apart.
Yes.
That the wife is in Nigeria, husband is America, or husband is in Nigeria, wife is in America. Should they be allowed to cheat?
Very good, Auntie B.
Yes, I think that's the question you want to ask. They are married, but they are living apart. Is cheating okay? Braben, no, let Braben answer.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Of course, no.
Okay.
No, cheating is not okay.
Yeah, but they are lonely now. They are living apart. They are lonely.
Exactly.
There are thousands and thousands of miles between them.
They are lonely.
They're lonely.
Yes.
But they both
are lonely.
But they make the choice not to cheat.
Annie, babe, calm down. Ben is the one that is pushing loneliness as an agenda.
I'll let you land.
Yeah. But they are lonely. You are in America. Wife is far. You are this cold.
Ondo is far.
Ondo is very far. So cheating should be okay, Abi. Let's permit it because of loneliness, Abi.
No, Auntie B.
What's the difference?
This is what I'm saying, man. For the benefit of those who are currently in situations like this and those who might be in it tomorrow, what I suggested on Man of Prestige show yesterday is that you just have to block your mind. You just have to lock up and don't think about stuff like that. Because the more you think about it, like I said, I'm in this situation myself for 5 years. You just have to close your mind. Don't even imagine, maybe this person is doing this thing, because it will ruin your day. It will spoil everything you are planning or whatever you are thinking. So just close your mind. This has become part of your destiny. Now, when you people now meet, when you are now living together, what they do from that point on is what matters the most. If you are trying to figure out, okay, this woman where I live for Nigeria, what is she doing now? It's 9 p.m. in Nigeria. Is she in the house? You will just give yourself high blood pressure. That's just my own take. If you are in
when you come together now, you are in the same country now, then what is the argument about loneliness then?
Okay. The argument, you didn't watch from beginning, Auntie B. My explanation is this.
No, Ola summarized it for me. They are together now. They are in the US. What is the problem? Why is it so lonely?
Auntie B, and that's why I'm explaining it from a man's perspective. The first 3 to 6 months that a man moved down here is never easy for the man. No. He has no friend.
It's not easy for women too. Brother Ben, this is not a man's thing. It's a human thing.
Okay.
Leaving your family, your friends, everything, your work, all your life.
Like
to relocate.
Yeah, it's both.
It's not a joke.
It's not a gender thing. It's for both partners.
Yeah, it's a human thing.
Yes, it's not a gender thing.
Agreed. But now she's here, and just like Auntie B asked earlier, if I'm the one who imported a wife from Nigeria, and maybe after a week, I went back to work. She's lonely, she's chatting and everything. And then one day I stumbled upon her chatting with a man. It's devastating. It's painful. But I need to understand that what happened? You are here. We are together. How come you are chatting with this person? What's going on? Who is this person? That's just the angle I will come from. And then
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. So you are giving room for that to happen. But like I always say to you, Ben, we're in a public space and you're trying to teach the right thing. When you start making excuses, giving passes for bad behavior, then you're not teaching.
Auntie Ben, Auntie B just summarize everything now.
Let me
Ben,
say. I have to run to a session
the thing
about
is,
15 minutes. Let me just say something.
Yeah, wrong is right. Sorry, man of procedure.
So sorry. Yeah, because I'm about to run in about 15 minutes, just so I can get this thought out. You see, the loneliness thing, I'm struggling with it, but I also want to be empathetic to people that may not be as busy as I am. Regardless if I'm actually busy or not, I always find something to do. I have very, very little room for the idea of loneliness in general, because even if I don't get work to do, I define work for myself to do. So I struggled a little bit trying to connect the dots of, so even if somebody imported me and I'm fresh in town, right? What I will be busy with is how I'm going to set myself up. It doesn't mean I don't chat with friends, right? But I don't chat with friends out of loneliness. I chat with friends to connect with my friends.
Ola, sorry to interject. Even if it wasn't an imported spouse situation, when you relocate, just like Adewale recently relocated from Europe to America, you still going to experience that loneliness. It's normal.
Right. So again, the idea of loneliness for me is a struggle. That's why I said earlier, other people might be feeling that, But even at that, like Marriott said earlier on, right? I want to put this out there into the conversation. There is connecting with your friends, even inappropriate conversation, like you're connecting with an ex, which is wrong, right? There's connecting with them because you have a need to participate in your bad behavior, right? There is that. And there is, I'm just lonely. Don't blame me. Don't judge me so quickly. It's just a lonely time. These are the two different things that's going on in this conversation. I just wanted to put it out there so that maybe we can separate it. Finally, again, I agree. Some people are just lonely, right? It is the solution to the loneliness, because Uncle Beno said something. He said, should you destroy everything because of this text message? I put it out to everyone on this stage like this. The moment you started that text messages, you already destroyed everything. No?
Thank you, man.
It's not the person that caught you who is responding like a normal human being that's destroying. No, the destruction happened before that. I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
All right.
I totally agree, because the thing is, like I said, everybody has a red line. Some people, a text message could be for them. So I think you can't really say to people that, just because it's a text message, that it's not a big deal, because it can lead to something else. I had friends of mine that only saw a text message one day, found out 2 years later that it was more than a text message. They actually got together and physically cheated. So you can't just assume that just because it's a text message that you can dismiss it. Wrong is wrong and right is right. It's as simple as that.
All right. Okay, MOP. One quick question that I have for you is this, Baba. Are you there, MOP?
Yeah, I did hear.
Okay. We socialize differently, right?
Right.
There are some, I don't know. I think one time Madame said you don't drink. So definitely your
lightly. I drink lightly.
It's on another level. I'm talking about people who are social animals all the way from Nigeria. They go out, they mix up with friends every weekend, they shayo, they do whatever they want in Nigeria, and now they come to abroad. The first 3 months is never an easy one when you take them out of that environment. Even though they are excited, they are happy, they are coming to meet their wife, or wife is coming to meet husband and everything. The moment they arrive and the husband or wife go back to work, the loneliness we begin to set in. Everything has changed. I am not excusing the behavior. Rather, I just want us to address the fact that if you find your man or wife in this situation now, how do you go about it so that that doesn't destroy everything? And I admitted that I'm guilty myself. It happens to me. But how do you go from there? As a woman, what do you do so that while you are reacting, it doesn't become something else that will scatter the marriage completely? And the woman or man they are texting is in Nigeria enjoying their own life. Why?
So, I understand what you're trying to say, Ben. You're trying to say that the action in itself is not enough to ruin the marriage. So we should be cautious. The woman should be cautious with the steps she's taking so that it doesn't ruin the marriage.
Yes, thank you, ma.
You are right. However, you need to start whatever you are saying, start it from a point of accountability. That's what I'm saying to you. You always keep that part. And the point of accountability here is, first of all, telling the man that you are wrong. What you're doing is wrong. You shouldn't do this. Then you now say, okay, he's done this, but where do we go from there? Okay, sister, okay, he's done this, but can we find a way around it? What can we do to support you? Don't ruin your marriage because of this. But you can't just start telling her, you spent money, you brought him here now. Is it enough for you? No, that's not how to sort it.
So, Auntie B, let me. I'm going to push against Auntie B a little bit. Yes, it is enough to destroy a marriage.
Yes, I agree. It is enough. Yeah. However, what I'm saying to Ben in this is that he is trying to find a way around it, or he's trying to find a way through this so that it's not destroying the marriage. But I'm saying to him, you are not even starting from a point of holding the person that's saying.
Your overall point, Auntie B, is correct, which is you want to hear like it's a bad behavior here. Let's pull out
the bad behavior before we start fixing things.
Yes. And in terms of fixing it, we don't fix marriages, we fix people. We don't fix marriages. Is a function of the people in it.
Right.
We cannot be fixing marriages when the people in it are enduring low quality of life. That's an oxymoron. It doesn't work. It's only a matter of time before that person that's not feeling adequate will eat up that marriage for you.
Absolutely.
And they will just resent you, potentially punish your children, damage your children more for this behavior. So if the person has tampered with the marriage, question Uncle Beno is, what do we do when you find yourself in? First of all, realize that marriage is a wrap in that moment in time. It doesn't mean it's not fixable, but it's a wrap. You need to confront that situation, let them know as a human being, you will not accept anything less than integrity in that relationship. That's first of all. You're not going to fix that marriage on that day, not even in 2 weeks. It's going to take some work if it's fixable. Like Onibe said earlier on, she has a friend that basically just left. There are people like that. We cannot manipulate those people to stay in a relationship where their mental health is at stake, and they've concluded that, no, I can't deal with that. The person that need to accept is the person who committed bad behavior.
Exactly. And you are completely giving him a pass, like he did nothing. Right. And then you are laying it on the woman's. This is very typical behavior of traditional men. You lay everything on the doorstep of the woman.
Sorry, moving on, right? Now, the flip side of it is that people that decide they want to fix it, we also cannot judge them, but it's going to take I've determined that I will never leave. No. It's not that simple. They will show you shege because you betrayed them. So don't think because you're like, I was listening to the TV show earlier, trying to catch up, because your mother say, hey, they should just stay. They will just show you shege if you just manipulate them to stay in a marriage where they really don't want to be in. There's actual work that needs to be done before we can start running around town saying a marriage is redeemed. Marriage can be redeemed, but it's going to take a lot of work. It's not going to be as simple as justifying loneliness. So it's not even about the loneliness. It's about don't try to justify cheating or stealing or lying or fraudulent behavior. Don't try to justify it. It will to go left all the time. Thank you, Atibi. I have to run. because I have a session coming up.
Thank you,
Thank,
MOP.
thank
God
you,
bless you.
Ola.
Thank you,
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
The floor is open as we're rounding up now. So
Ola, thank you very much. You said it. You said it. Well done. Well done. Thank you very much for being who you are in terms of looking at these things holistically. That's why you're a marriage coach. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Uncle Patrick, agba ni tara o. Ẹ bá wa round up látọ̀dọ̀ yín. What will be your final take, sir?
Yeah, Uncle Ola and TB have said it all, and all the speakers were. It's all about accountability. All those excuses you are giving as shadow people that are used to going out, it's not an excuse. Marriage is real. You come into a marriage, you have to play your role. If you don't want it to break, you can't blame the woman. She wasn't the one chatting. You have to take responsibility as a man and say, well, I screwed up. Why should I have done this? If you are lonely, you can discuss with your woman. I don't know what to do now. She's your better half. Okay, Oni, can we do this? And so you do this. So get yourself busy. But
You want to go back? Go back. If it was so sweet, if Nigeria was so sweet, why did you come? Go back so that you can be busy since you are so lonely in America.
yes, you're gonna be lonely. It's not gonna be easy. You're a first timer. At least those experiences you'll be there to share with other people that this is what I went through, but then I survived it. But it's not enough for you to just chatting. Will that save your marriage? No. Chatting, what does that one got to do with your marriage? And like Auntie B said, we have to take responsibility, accountability, and say, okay, what I'm doing is wrong. So Uncle Ben, you are an uncle now. So you don't...
Start thinking like an uncle and stop doing brotherhood. Every time it's brotherhood.
And to be serving Brother Ben serious breakfast.
Yes, I am.
Uncle Ben,
Patrick, Eshe Goni Jare. Eshe, thank you very much, sir.
70-year-old man.
He's doing brotherhood. His loneliness, making excuses for bad behavior. Eshe Goni, thank you very much,
Uncle
Patrick.
God bless you.
Have
I
a
really
good day.
appreciate
Have
you
a good
guys.
weekend, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes,
Patrick,
bye.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And let me summarize because I need to go as well. So
Yes.
somebody said, I still don't know what to do if I was in this situation. So we've all agreed that it's bad behavior and we shouldn't encourage it. He shouldn't have done that. He's wrong. We'll call it out for what it is. Don't do it. Okay. If you don't want to do the time, don't do the crime. If you do the crime, you're gonna do the time. So don't do it because you are lonely. If you don't want to be in the abroad, you want to be in Nigeria. If Nigeria was so sweet, you will not come. So if you are in a country, everybody knows how it is when we first came, whether you came as a spouse or as a single person, it doesn't matter. We all have the same experience. It's loneliness. It's neighbors that don't greet you, nowhere to go. You don't know anywhere. It takes time to assimilate and get used to where you are. But it's not an excuse that you have guys that are friends. You can talk to them. You don't need to talk to another woman. It's disrespectful for you to disrespect your wife, someone that spent money, time, energy to marry you and bring you abroad for you to be talking to another woman. It's breaking her trust. It's breaking, the confidence she has in that relationship. And women, you don't know the way the mind of women work. Oh, Ben, you can't know. A woman can hold that grudge for forever. Even if you make up, it will still be there. So don't do it. First of all, we discourage it. It's not right. But if I was the woman there talking to my cousin, talking to all these people, it's not going to solve it. I'm going to fight the woman. Jesus. You know how I am. Everybody that knows me know I'm totally against that. She took all the wrong steps. I will talk to the man. I confront you. Why did you do this? Let me hear what you have to say. You are lonely. Explain yourself. But going to confront the other woman is totally a no-no. What you? I know women get hurt and they don't know how to address their pain, and they think it's the other woman that is the problem. No, it's not the other woman. It's your spouse. So address your spouse,
Hmm.
and then let them understand that okay, oh, even if we are going to move forward from this, this is a no. You broken my trust, and this cannot happen. Because whether you like it, we believe it or not, a lot of guys coming from Nigeria do not understand that these things are it's not acceptable. Because I usually tell a lot of people that for the majority of men in Nigeria, being married is just it's a phase in life. They can the married men are more single than they are more available than the single men. Yes. So I mean, you need to let them know, put a boundary there that it's not going to happen. If you do this, then it means you're not interested in the marriage. Then seek professional therapy. That's what I would say. I'm not going to say tell cousin, tell mother, tell pastor. No, all those ones don't work. You need somebody that is unbiased, that is not related to you by blood, that is not your friend, a neutral person. Talk to somebody. You probably need to spend some money so that they can explain to him the reality of what marriage is in the abroad.
Hmm.
And you just trust God and pray. And I'm not going to advise the woman to say, okay, now you're going to divorce him because he's talking to somebody. Because me, I don't run to divorce so quickly.
Thank you, Auntie B.
No, I don't. I don't run to divorce. A lot of the millennials and Gen Z are always divorce. That D word is not something you want to just embrace. Once a mistake is made, you need to give people time, and you need to give yourself some grace. Give them grace. Give yourself some grace. Walk through things, because they say marriage is not easy. So please don't run to divorce. Get help, and the help that you need is professional help. And by the grace of God, he will understand. Maybe he didn't even know that it's wrong to do that. The counselor will set him straight that no, bro, you can't do this. This is America. Once you are married, there's no cheating, no talking to exes. And he might learn something, and then you'll be fine. Then the fear of that divorce, you need to take it out of your mind. Why are you afraid of divorce?
Mm-hmm.
It is the thing that you fear most that will usually happen to you. You cannot go through life saying, oh, all my siblings are divorced. Am I going to be there? No. You need to be positive in your mind. Do the right thing. Treat him well. Make sure he understands. Give him books to read about America so he knows where he is. Get him a job or whatever. But that fear, you need to get rid of it. Yeah? Ireo, I'll see you guys.
Auntie B, wait, before you go, because it's not always easy to have you on platform like this. So I count myself lucky today where I feel catch you.
I just said, let me check YouTube, and I saw you. It's not that I don't want to join, it's the time difference,
know.
Yeah.
Auntie B, just one quick question. There is something we were addressing before you join us too. Some of our sisters that when they caught their husband chatting, texting, and things like that, they will just be struggling. They want to collect the phone. They will be telling the man, I want you to delete that number. Delete it right now. You are not supposed to. Auntie B, is that a good approach? Because I will confess my own. If you catch me like that and you are telling me, delete this number, delete it now, give me your phone, I won't delete it, and I won't give you my phone. So please, Auntie B, what's your take on this one?
Being confrontational sometimes. I'm a very confrontational person by nature, but age and experience has mellowed me a bit. Trust me, I'm mellow. People think I'm very harsh. Somebody is laughing there. You think I'm harsh now? If you had known me 20 years ago, I was fire. But with time, experience, and age, you learn that it's not everything that you confront. So dragging a phone with a man, what is the point? But when you are younger, your blood is hot, you might not understand it. That's not the best approach. It doesn't work. Because men have egos. It doesn't work. You can't overpower him. You are not physically strong enough. If you do too much, you go collect. So what's the point?
Very true, Auntie B.
It's true. You collect. So what's the point? There's no point. There are ways to deal with things. That's where emotional intelligence comes in. There are matured ways, but again, when somebody is hot and they're angry, they have impulses that they cannot control. And so emotional intelligence is us learning how to navigate those emotions and be able to manage it when we feel like I want to buy him now. I just want to buy him now. Yeah. It's being able to manage those impulses. Yeah. It comes with maturity and age, but no, don't drag. There's no point dragging. Don't drag phone with him. Don't try to snatch him. Don't command him to delete. No. There are other ways, subtle ways, sisters, to deal with those things. Okay. We have ways to deal with those things. Yeah, no, it's not being confrontational.
Yeah, very nice. Well
So,
said.
Yeah.
Auntie B, you will live long for us. God, God
Uncle Beno, stop encouraging your brothers to behave badly. Stop telling them when you continue on to Oda. Start telling them. We want to hear you say it.
Auntie B,
You're always making excuses for them. It's not good.
Auntie B, I'm trying. I just want
No,
my
you're not trying. No, you're not.
Oh, Auntie B, this is lovely Auntie B from Obodo Yimbo TV. I always talk about this channel, everybody. Please, you can see. Say you see my sister there. You say she fine. So if you see my screen now, you see that young girl where did the screen. So that's my
young girl. Old mama, young girl.
Hey, Auntie B where they slay.
Hey, whoa.
Jamaica.
All right, guys. Have a nice evening. I appreciate you guys. Very interesting topic, bro, Ben. Well done. Well done. You are doing well. You are doing well. But this brotherhood, just try to reduce and small. Make you they say our own side.
They kick my butt. I don't they adjust.
They don't put you for hot plate today. Then serve you breakfast.
Serious breakfast.
Anyway, see you soon, darling. Love you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Auntie B. All right. Before Honey Babe and my sister Natu, we close out. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel and you are watching this live right now, just click on the link in the chat. Go and subscribe, please. It's very important. I've been telling you guys that when you subscribe to the channel, you will learn a lot about Africans' life abroad. A lot of Africans are really struggling abroad, and everybody is seeking help. We want to do better. We're trying to improve on ourselves. And this platform, Obodo Yimbo TV, is one of the platforms that actually help us to navigate some of the challenges we're having. There are several topics there. You don't want to miss any of these topics. In fact, you can watch live videos, you can go to the short, me personally, I like the lives because I like to listen in the background. There are so many shows, and the wonderful thing is that Auntie B is actually advocating for women, and at the same time, she's a boy's mom. So she brings the balance, she will let us know what we are supposed to do right and what we are doing wrong. Personally, myself, in my mid-40s, I have learned so much from this platform, Obodo Yimbo TV, and of course, Man of Prestige. In fact, now every day I sit down there, I just hear what is going on in other people's life and what are the suggestions and recommendations they are having. As you can see, the beautiful tumblers right now, if you go to the channel, there are a lot of topics there. These are real life topics. People will call in and they will tell their story, and other people will call in, doctors, engineers, professionals from all over the world. They will call and they will give quality advice that can cost you better money when you go meet therapists. They will give you those advice for free. So if you go there, you can watch the last answer show Auntie B did right now. My mother-in-law hates me and finally ruined my marriage. These are main issues. These are issues you have to listen and learn. How do they navigate it? How do people survive these things when it happens to them? There are so many shows there. 10 years of suffering in Italy, my life story. Just go and listen and learn, okay? So Auntie B has been on YouTube for 7 years plus now. There are just countless videos there, and it's all in podcast format. You can actually play them, wear your earpiece, and just listen and learn. So please, if you're watching right now, go over to Obodo Yimbo TV, go and click subscribe and enjoy. Okay, now coming back to Sister Natu and Honey Babe, who want
Ben, sorry, before you go too far, right? You know I slept off. I just woke up. I just want
Yeah.
to give a quick this thing for people listening about Obodo Ibo channel. I was talking to
Oh,
one of our sisters yesterday, and she was telling me that it was because of Auntie B's channel that her husband didn't carry her, that she was able to get resources about women, House of Roots, and she called another name. Like people were coming talking about places that women going through DV can get help. That was where she was able to get help. They were able to get a house for her. They paid rent for like 6 months for free for her before she was able to get a place. She was like, it was because of Bodo Ebo. So sometimes when people think that it's just coming to come and rant, like I think he's doing so much work. And I think it would be good for us to give her flowers, while she can still smell it.
yes.
So sometimes, like, we have cruise days, but when she wants to get serious on topics, because this is something that is personal to her, she's really doing work behind the scenes. And I encourage, if you tell somebody abroad going through all this stuff, sometimes just listening and know that you have a community. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
just much more than coming to watch YouTube channel. It's like it's family for us. I know how many people I've met, even me and Chi sometimes we'll talk 3 hours. All it was because of Obodo that I met man of Preti, everybody. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's much more like a community, like a family meeting for us, much more than like coming to come and cruise. So I encourage people, honestly, if you're watching, you have people abroad, seriously encourage them to join.
You have to be there. I watch every day. I listen every day. I let me. When I know say I get coconut head, most stubborn query. if
Yeah.
I if I never drag with you, you're not gonna know what's up. So please go and learn. In fact, Anti Beef's platform, Man of Prestige, they've I've learned so much that I now see the world from a different angle. You see the way Auntie B came in now, Man of Prestige, Uncle Patrick, and everybody, they look at this topic and be like, hey, Ben, no be so. Just no be so. Calm down, slow down. You are going too fast. That is how you learn. Sometimes you might think that your way is better until you listen to people who are more educated, who are advanced, who are more knowledgeable. Sometimes not even the education, it's the knowledge and wisdom. When you listen to them, then you will be like, oh, snap. This is not how to go about this. All right, honey babe, what's your final?
Hiya. Um, I just wanted to say, I really like what Sister Natu said. It's not just watching YouTube, Auntie B show. It's about community. It's about encouraging each other. It's about being there for each other. It's more than just going on a YouTube channel. And I'm glad that she, just wanted to emphasize that. In terms of what Auntie B said, I am of the opinion that I don't do gender wars. I'm of the opinion that what works for women works for men. I think it's a situation where there has to be communication, and if you're feeling a certain way, you need to communicate that. I still don't believe that this should be related to imported husband and wives. It should be related to relationships in general, and that if you have issues in relationships, you need to vocalize and learn how to communicate, which is just not about talking but about listening as well. that's
Yeah.
that's the main thing for me. I'm not really too bothered about the whole imported thing. My ex-husband did come to the country, and he was doing many online courses, so I didn't even have the time to be lonely, but that's obviously a different case. But what I will say is that I think that people need to be very, very careful when they're bringing their spouses abroad, and be very aware, very similar to what I said before, of making sure there's support. Because, as Auntie B said, and what I said before, they've had a whole lifetime in Nigeria, for example, and to come here is basically a shock to the system. But that's for men and women. And I think we need to support them and be aware of the fact that they may struggle. Then again, I will say that whether you're lonely or not is not an excuse for you to be talking to anybody inappropriately. There's
Mhm.
no reason, whether it's texts, kisses, whatever. I don't speak to any of my exes. I've made that decision. Anything, like I said, if I speak to people, whether it's a man or a woman, it's normally about business, because I'm trying to do my side hustle. Like, since, Brother Ben, you've been encouraging everybody to have more than one income, multiple
Yes,
streams of
so
income.
ah,
Exactly. So what I will say in that respect is that we need to be very careful not to excuse bad behavior. And I do side with Auntie B, that I feel that you're very much about the brotherhood. And I think you need to understand it shouldn't be women against men. It should be a case by case basis in anything that we analyze on your channel. That's not a negative, but I just thought I'd just put it out there. And I think in this particular situation, I agree with what Auntie B said, that the wife approached it in the wrong way. I really don't understand why women want to fight another woman over a man. Like I said, I'm trying to understand how a woman will physically carry a man and physically put them in their bed. I don't get that. If a man chooses to cheat, he chooses. A woman did not force them to. And I think if your man cheats, husband or partner, speak to the person that cheated on you, which is your husband or your wife. I really find it very distasteful that you want to fight another woman. It shows the lack of maturity.
Yeah,
very much a lack of maturity. And another thing I will say regarding the question you asked to Auntie B, which I will answer as well. I am 5'6". My ex-husband was 6'4". I said it in one of the shows. I don't know whether it was your show or Auntie B. When I decided to leave the relationship, I did not confront him. I waited for him to go to Nigeria because I used my sense. I cannot overpower a 6'4" man with all my mouth and my shouting. It's impossible. So I think women need to be very careful when they're mouthing off and when they want to confront a man. You have to walk in wisdom. Yeah. And if you have a problem with a man, don't be fighting for his phone. If he give you one backhand, you're going flying. So I think women need to, I don't know how you want to be fighting a man to say delete the number. I find it very stupid and very immature. And those are the type of women that irritate me and will manipulate the system because they've been given a slap because you want to be fighting a man. So I think that in summary, just use your wisdom and then you decide. Like I said, for me, I have a line in the sand. Every woman will have a line in the sand. It's her decision whether to forgive or not to forgive, to do counseling or not to do counseling. It's an individual couple's decision. So I'm not going to go there. It's your decision if you are in that situation, what you want to do.
All right. Oh, honey babe, I can't thank you enough. You always bring it 100. The accountability prefect.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sister. I trust you. I did ask you if you're gonna ask a man to give you his phone or you're gonna rescue it out of your hand, because I know you be accountability prefect. You won't try it.
The time for number one, why would I be fighting a man over a phone? As I said to you, even if he says to you, I'm deleting it, he can still meet the person tomorrow, like the next day or a few hours. I'm too classy for that nonsense. Please, I don't have time for that.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's not me. I've got to go now, but thanks very much, brother Ben.
Thank you very much, babe. I appreciate you. God bless you. Bye. All right. Guys, please help me give shout out to our honey babe. That's our accountability prefect. She brings it 100. I've been missing Sissy already. Oh, thank God Sissy no free today. Sissy for roast me. If she not listed words, brother Ben, what are you talking about, Ben? No, Ben. You can say that, Ben. That has sweet kid voice. She will finish me. All right. Before Sister Natu give us her final take, I quickly want to tell you guys something about Qualisa Inc. As you can see, I shared the website already. I'm sharing it again. This website belongs to our own Sister Natu. Sister Natu is selling oil-based perfume. They are so good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used one, I think, is it last week? I used it when I was going to school. I usually like to put it on my wrist and then behind my ears, and that's it. Did you know that 2 days later, while driving, my madam was by my side, and I just wave my hand and I can perceive it again. I'm like, what? So I said, babe, did you know this thing that I used 2 days ago, I can still perceive it on my wrist. So I usually put it on my wrist and then I'll just rub it off behind my ears. They smell so good and they last. In fact, I've asked Sister Natu, why don't you package this thing? Maybe we'll put that for Amazon and all that. But Oyinbo, it's too good. It goes spoil market for them. So please go to this website, enter your email so that you can get promotion code and stuff like that from Sister Natu. These oil bases are so good. Look at them. They are beautiful, they are good, and they are very, very compatible. In fact, the ones Sister Natu sent to me, because they were so good, she asked me to give some to my madam. I have to take one out of my madam own again. Then inside my car, I kept one there. Inside my school bag, I keep one. Even at work, I hide one there too. That's how portable and easy carry they are. So please, these are very good design and they are very cheap. As you can see the price on my screen right now, they go as low as $10. My people, this is what you need. No go they waste money. I don't buy, but I used to buy the one of 350, 280. Sometimes only when you go out, come back, you don't finish. But this one, they last very, very well. Please, please click on the link in the chat, enter your email, and the good thing is once you buy it, it will be packaged and mailed to you if you are here in America. And I think Sister Natu know how she also sent to her customers abroad. You can just inquire for everyone. They have the ones for men. Oh man, those ones for men are super good too, and they are cool. So please do me a favor, don't be a stranger. You see, Boss Lady vibes inspired by Sister Nadu. Is that Oud Bouquet? How do we pronounce this name? I know, sir, I no go school. Is this
Oud? It's oud bouquet.
I almost won't lose my mind. Sister Nadu,
Thank you so much, brother.
for man, Abi, this is for men. I've been a woman.
Which one?
This
No,
one,
the Boss Lady vibes is for women, but some men, like men that like soft perfume, use it too. That's the funny thing. There are some that are for men too, and some women like it. So honestly speaking, it depends on your preference.
no. I'm not go buy this one. Too many I get there for where they work. Man, they no go. They look my hair.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Lie.
No,
But-
right now we even have a sale. You buy the small one, the $10 one. You buy 3, you get 1 free.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a sale. But thank you so much.
So they are
I
really good.
really appreciate it.
How about this one? Is this one for men?
Which one is that?
This blue sapphire is
So
fire.
it's unisex. Like me, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's unisex. That particular one, I love it.
Wow. Okay, Josh, which one is man? No, I want fine man own. You know, I like my brotherhood. Now, man, no, not the
No, that one is good for men. Whisper is good for men. Euphoric Whisper is good for men. Mr. Macho is good for men.
Okay.
Let me see.
Mr.
Bossman Oud is for men too. Some women might like it because very subtle. We have African Charm Him is for men.
All right. And then, what about this Ankara? Dora Ankara.
Okay. Yes. So those are dresses I have here. I have them, but it's not a lot. But the perfume oil kind of, that was what I used to sell before. But it's just the perfume oil that overtook the Ankara. Just bypassed the thing. Yes.
Wow. And these are like,
I still have this one.
All these are like current designs. So
yeah.
Ankara kimono. I actually like it when women wear this one to party. You know, this one that has a pullover, a big jacket.
Yes. So that one you can wear it with dress, you can wear it with skirt, you can wear it with pants. So the people can have short dress and put short dress and put the kimono over. Like me during fall or springtime, you know, when the cold is not too much, I use that one. I put like a sweater dress and I put it on top instead of carrying big coat on top of me.
See fine girl, Sister Natu. Mona see class.
Oh my God, brother. Leave me alone.
Natu. Hey. Wow. Sister Natu, I beg. No send text message. You person no be fine like this. They send text message. You I beg.
Why not?
No send text
we
message.
Can chat. Can't we chat when we are bored too? We don't fit chat people when we dey bored.
Sister Natu, you can never be bored. If you are bored,
oh my shere. How we don't go dey bored? What do for that bed do? Are we not human beings?
I know. What's your final take, Sister Natu? Just give it to me.
You know, everybody has said almost everything, honestly speaking. It's a case by case basis. It's not one size fits all. That's why, like, most time we encourage people, like, you know, before you start running to go, like, check around. For me, when I was here, the only thing I was doing was working and then going to school. I didn't socialize. I didn't go for parties. Not like bad parties, but like weddings. I didn't go for all of that. I didn't have time. So this is like an eye opener for a lot of people because a lot of people just feel like, oh, if they marry somebody that comes from their own background, the person
Mm-hmm.
will understand them better in the country. But it's not like there are people here too. But I think it's just because we are kind of like narrow minded and having that African whatever in our head that's not allowing us to mingle with other people. You have to like make your options open. So I
Mm-hmm.
think most people don't let their options open. And then when people come here, we have high expectations for them. Do you understand? So sometimes people will think, oh, when I come here, I'll come and work, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. But when
Yeah.
they get here, they now realize that that's not what it is. You go to work 2 days, you now realize that this kind of work is not the kind of work that I can go and sleep or I
Yep.
cannot sleep there. So
Yep.
maybe you be on your feet for 8 hours. By the time you get home, you are tired. Either you're thinking that you can do two jobs, and now realize that that two job no be your mate. So I think the high expectations that people that bring their partners have is what affect them a lot of times.
Yeah.
So if they can work on that, that will also go a long way. And yeah, expectations honestly is what kills. You understand what I'm saying? So if people are able to work on that, it's gonna help them, honestly speaking. And
Hmm.
then if we give each other, like man, we talk about giving people grace. We have to learn to give each other grace. We're able to give each other grace, we're going to go a long way. Do you understand? Because there's no man that is perfect, no woman that is perfect.
That grace is
But
key. Hmm.
yeah, but the moment that you just want right to be right, left to be left, and it's either your way or your no way,
No.
that's it. And like you said, when you're asking Honey Babe, if she's gonna ask him for his phone, one person will always say, the moment you start asking for that phone, there's already a problem. For
Yep.
you to have to ask for that phone, there's a problem already. So let's start from there. There's already a problem.
Absolutely.
So yes, so we have to check if you don't have to like go to pick call, you go outside, or you don't want your spouse to be just that they don't hear what you're saying. All that one. The moment you start hiding, that's a problem already.
Yeah.
So if you're bringing an important spouse, lower expectation, let them know what's up, give them grace to be able to adjust, and that grace is not give them 1 month to adjust. They will need years to adjust.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're gonna,
Thank
they're
you.
gonna
Sister, not
yeah.
to get it. No, you get what I was saying yesterday. No wonder gaslight me. My
I
other
gaslight you now. Now your rather no gree pick am up. Now him make. I no gaslight, but abeg wetin I go chop.
thank you, Sister
So
Matthew. God bless you,
yeah,
ma'am.
God will help us, and thank you guys for all you do. We learn every day. People
Yes,
see this and they will learn. Moving
absolutely.
abroad, there's nothing kept for you for free to do for you to go and pick.
Mm.
You
And I'm so
understand?
lucky, sef. I'm so lucky. Misty is just coming in. Misty, for don't look for one Oyinbo. What is that popular?
Missy, you need to jump on this one.
There is this glamour Misty used to use at backstage. Lume, abi Lupe man, abi how they call her? Lupe. Misty, for don't come in.
Missy is a case study, no problem. This is a problem.
Misty know how to throw small shade. She go just throw am small, very soft. The shade go dey
This is
sexy.
a
Even when he hit you, you go look say, why this one? But she will drop it so sexy, so sweet. But I'm lucky today she no dey here. Now towards the end she come. So you see, God is working in my favor.
ah, yeah, but honestly, guys, we just need to like open our mind, have more grace.
Thank you,
The grace that you want people to give to you, you have to extend the same to them.
Lupin. Oh, thank you, Sister Nato. I really appreciate you. I think I did 3 hours today. This one is logo. I don't even know my Auntie B, a man of prestige, and Uncle Patrick, Honey Babe, by you. I didn't know you guys will come. I'll be just one rant. Make I just rant, go. Then come back when they read comment later. If they don't roast me, finish. But God takes control. Thank you, Sister Nato. God bless you, man.
No problem, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, my sister. Thanks. Thanks, everybody, for being part of today's show. It has been a wonderful show. The topic today is imported husbands and loneliness abroad. And the point I was trying to make was that when you imported your husband to the Western world, maybe Canada, US, UK, anywhere, you need to understand that this man has just left his comfortable environment. He had just left his comfortable zone and now he's in a new world. And after a while, during the process of transitioning to the new world, he's going to be facing several challenges. There's going to be cultural challenges. There's going to be food challenges. So many things, finance, work, and above all, he's socially isolated. He's not around his people. And I made the argument that for a man who live in a city, maybe in Africa, in Nigeria, for instance, a man who grew up in the city, have his own job, his own car, living his regular life, do whatever he want to do at the weekend, go around and ball with his friends and all that. He has built a community around himself. So when he come over to the Western world, and now he's just facing his wife all day long. It's just him and his wife all day long. The wife will go to work. He's lonely. He might start chatting and texting people back home. And chatting and texting people back home, like my Auntie B and everybody that has educated us so far today have said, is not the problem. The problem is when you are chatting girlfriend, ex-girlfriends, and the chat gets to the dirty part where they are sending you some dangerous pictures, images, and all that. It gets exclusive, and then your wife gets to find out. It's going to be a big trouble. I'm coming from the angle that, okay, this man is wrong. Please understand that loneliness can push him to do that. But as my Auntie B, Uncle Patrick, and MOP, Honey Babe, as well as Sister Nato has pointed out, wrong is wrong. You coming abroad and chatting a girlfriend back home is a complete nonsense. It's not supposed to be encouraged. It shouldn't be embraced. It's not something you should be proud of. Now, if you were caught, like Auntie B suggested, and a man of prestige, you have to take responsibility. You have to be accountable. You have to admit you were damn wrong. And when I asked the question about should that lead to the breakup in the marriage, man of prestige, of course, the expert we have at home, man of prestige made it clear that as a man or even woman, from the moment you are texting an ex or a girlfriend, you have already put your marriage at risk. And that is 100% truth. You have already risked it all when you are texting a girlfriend or you are texting a man friend or something, just because they are millions miles away in Africa and you are here, you don't see them. No, it is wrong. It is wrong. So man of prestige said that. Auntie B, Auntie B is our big sister now. And Auntie B, that's why I love her. Just like the rest of my sisters, they will tell you, koro, your eye to eye. And he say, oh boy, this is not going to work. And Auntie B also shut it down that is a wrong approach. You are playing, you are toying with someone's emotion when you are doing that. All right. Now, the man did it. You caught him. What should you do? The conversation move on to that stage. And again, Auntie B pointed it out, as well as man of prestige. You have to seek help. You have to approach it intelligently. Yes, you are angry, you are in your emotions, you want to lash out, you just want to, in fact, you want to look at the man and say, I break this guy head first. How dare you? I spent my money to import you to America or London and you want to do this to me? You are chatting with one, you are right. It's within your right to be angry. Anything can happen at that moment. But what we are saying now, what all these my amazing people suggested on this show is that don't overdo it. Relax. Think about how you are going to approach it. The story MOP read yesterday while we were on Man of Prestige show, the lady said she called her cousin and reported, and then the cousin blew the whole thing out of proportion. The cousin told her parent, told everybody, and then get back to the man. The whole thing was messy. And Auntie B, Uncle Patrick, Man of Prestige, as well as Honey Babe and Sister Natu said, no, you want to deal with it internally. You want to deal with it in a way that there's going to be an amicable solution. At that point in time, the man needs help. Now, and really looking at it now, I get it. The man needs help. You are here in America, you are facing your wife. She there in front of you. If not pekus, you need pekus there. Food, it day, everything day. But yet, you are chatting with somebody that, even as somebody who just came to the Western world, you don't know when you are going to see that person again. The person you are chatting with in Africa, Because it might take you 3, 4, 5 years. A lot of people come to Western world and they say, oh, Mike, in a year or 2 time, I'm coming back. Now, lie. Sometimes it will take you 5 years before you can travel. Go back. It took me 8 years before I went back to Nigeria again after I came to the US. So sometimes it's not easy. So when you look at the full picture, somebody you're not even going to see, maybe probably by the time you go back to the country, the lady don't already marry, say if you don't born. And yet you are here because you are chatting, you are texting, you are messing up your marriage. Your woman who have invested so much, did everything to bring you over to the abroad. Now you cause her a lot of pains. That is not the way to go. And then in the chat, some of my beautiful sisters pointed it out that, okay, Ben, you are looking at this thing from one angle, flip it. And trust my Auntie B now. My Auntie B asked me the same question. Ben, oh yeah, twist here. To bad job. How will it be? Honestly, I said from my own angle, the way I will approach it is to talk about it. I would simply ask, why are you texting this guy? Who is this guy? I want to know about it. Why should you do that now? We are here, you know? And the bottom line is, either man or woman, what is not good is not good. And finally, we talk about the aggressive aspect of it, that there are some women that when they found their man texting or chatting with another woman, the first thing that comes to their mind is they will be commanding him, oh, delete that number now, delete it, give me the phone. You know, some people say they want to collect the phone and smash it and all that. And my guests made it plain and simple, and they said categorically that you shouldn't do that. Because some men, coconut head like me, they are super, super stubborn. You can't get the phone, and you can't get them to delete the number. They just have to do it when they want to do it. But however, if you approach it differently, if you seek help, professional help, if you talk about it, that can get the matter resolved faster and better. All right, my sisters in the chat, did I summarize the whole thing well? Let me know. Share I summarize and the way the whole thing take happen. So in my final take, I'm going to read a couple of chats and then we will wrap it up. So the first one I'm taking here from the chat is coming from my own sister D, my super D. D said, the work needed to cultivate marriage can be challenging. You will need to show up regardless of if you feel like it or not. And that is absolutely true. That is 100% correct. You see this thing we call marriage, eh? God. I cannot lie to you. Sometimes I wish I'm single. I give God the glory. I thank God that I'm married. I'm in a very good marriage. I thank God for where I am right now. But when you look at the sacrifices, the things you have to do, so many things that you have to cover in order to make your partner happy, in order to make sure you both have a sweet home, you both have a good marriage, it's a lot. And that is what D is pointing out there. Both parties have to make it work. I play my part, you play your part. And like I've said on this platform before, as a man, your number one job is to provide and protect. Now, that is just like the statutory job. That is just what you were born to do. But providing and protection alone will not make your marriage work. If you will doubt me, go to Man of Prestige channel, go and listen to many of this wisdom, and you will get what I'm saying. You can provide, you can protect, but if you don't pay attention to emotional intelligence, if you don't think highly of your partner, if you don't put in all those other effort that can make it work, it won't work. So it's a lot of work. And I'm telling you right now, sometimes I will look back and say, I wish I'm single. And it's not because my wife is doing something or maybe I'm doing something terrible, but just because of so many things that has to be done in order for us to be smiling every day. And when you become parent, it's another ball game again. As a man, you live abroad and you have children, your hand is full. One, you got to be working all the time, whether you like it or not. You got to invest so that you make extra income. It's expensive to raise family. To keep the family together is a lot. So this will put a lot of stress on you. It will put a lot of strain on you. Sometimes you will just see yourself that like you are in a marathon. Every day you wake up, you go to work, you come back, you sleep, you wake up. It will just be like, okay. What am I even doing? I don't get life again. It's stressful. And having said that, that is where you, the wife, you have to step in. Still talking about important husband and loneliness. You see, when a man works too much, the man will get to a place whereby he will feel tired. He will need you. You got to know when to step in and when to support him. As an imported husband, he will do a lot. He wanted to work. You too, as woman, play your part. You have imported husband, so we know you should recognize that you are also the host, the importee. Okay, the next comment is from my sister Mario. Mario said, I will be chatting to men now. My mom must know I'm imported too. So it is hard to leave Nigeria behind. Oh, Sister Mara was trying to troll me with this one at the initial stage where we were talking about men chatting, and when I said that, hey, you got to give them grace, they can't just cut everybody up. All right, Sister Chia said, it's not easy because benching was involved. If benching wasn't involved, I don't see how you cannot quietly cut off the communication and face what's facing you here. Exactly. I started this one because I was going to say something about it, but I got all my bosses in the studio and I have to yield the floor. What Sister Chia is saying here is real, is true. If Benshi is involved, definitely it will be more difficult to cut that girlfriend off. But let me tell you, once you enter plane and you landed wherever you are coming in the Western world, that relationship is over. Now, how you want to do it and how fast it has to be done, I mean, you cutting that relationship off so that it doesn't destroy the new thing you have going on now. It's up to you. But here's the advice I will give you. If you know you have some kind of attachment to that person and out of respect, you just don't want to, cut them off or put them in the dark, call them and have mature conversation with them. In my case, what I did was to call the lady and I said, I'm sorry, I enjoyed talking to you, everything, but the way it is right now is causing my wife pains, a lot of pains. I'm in my marriage, I'm married, we are starting now. Everything looks good. This woman have done a lot for me, and I don't want to be the one who destroy my home. So please, I don't think you and I, we're going to be talking from now henceforth. It's painful, I get it, but please, just understand that I'm with my madam now. I have to concentrate on who is in front of me, just like Sister Chinye said. And that is how I get the result. I felt the pain. I actually missed the lady for like almost 4 or 5 days because the chatting has become more conversant and regular then. But because it has to be done, I have to take that step. So as a man, we get it. Your wife is not okay. Say that your wife will command you do, but you have to cut that person off and cut them off as fast as you can. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tough. But do what I do. Concentrate on your wife. Okay? You want to chat her up. You want to talk, call your wife. Around the clock. If your wife is complaining that you chat me too much, you tell me, hey, then you fit do my Agbero style. What do you mean? You say make I don't follow people talk. And they chat you now, they complain. So, but please figure a way to let it go so that it won't ruin your home. And another one from Sister Bola Palma, she said, okay, Uncle Ben, I think it's worth discussing how to treat the root cause of this sickness called loneliness in men. Lonely at the top, lonely. Yeah. Men are lonely, true, my sister. So don't blame me. Sister Oshe said, this is the reason I will not import a partner to this abroad because the problems are too many and I will not be able to cope with the problem and the stress. My sister, don't be discouraged. If you truly love somebody, you can work it out. That is why we're having this show. If you import somebody, just have a strategy and how you want to approach this issue, okay? If it happens, you import them, they start texting and chatting, talk about it, come back and play this video. In fact, I'm going to split the video so that I can cut out the part where Auntie B, MOP, Uncle Patrick, as well as my honey babe and Sister Natu, I will cut it out so that it will be easier for you guys to rewatch, okay? So don't be discouraged, Sister Oshe. Please go and get that fine brother. You know, we African men now, we get everything. Now we get the bola, we get the money, we get the strong head, and we are rugged, we are ready to work. So please don't be discouraged, my sister. Sister Chinye said, my thing is, if you have a relationship with a woman before Was there romance involved? It's inappropriate to continue to talk to them, though. Yes, absolutely, it's inappropriate. Then Sister Yvette said, just listening quietly, Honey Babe has nailed it. Thank you, Sister Yvette. You are always here. God bless you, ma. Yvette also said, one must be cool in handling very emotional matters. Yes, one must be cool in handling very emotional matters. As difficult as it is, a cooling off period is necessary. This one is particularly very important because when you discover that this guy is chatting or this woman is chatting, you want to go crazy. You want to feel like, Abaye Sheni, how come? Why would you do this to me? But please, honestly speaking, you need to chill first. Find time to cool off. Think about the whole situation because you don't want to throw your marriage, the one you have invested so much, you don't want to throw it away just like that, just because somebody is texting. Although, like my aunties and uncles have pointed it out, that text is powerful. It's not just regular texting, but if you look at it from the angle that, okay, I don't want to say this text is worrying my marriage. What do I do now? How do we talk about this? So that's what Sister Yvette is saying. You need time to cool off and then think of a strategy. Then my sister Cherish Olivia, the finest sister on YouTube, said, but what if they refuse help? That is when Man of Prestige suggested that people who find themselves in this situation, they need help. And more importantly, the man need help. And she said, what if they refuse help? I think yesterday on Man of Prestige show, somebody mentioned something like this. I think the question was, why does men refuse to seek help? One of my sisters mentioned it yesterday. I knew I saw that comment. That why do men refuse to seek help? I think it was Marriott. And then I follow up and told and said, okay, Marriott, men just don't refuse help. At least we need to know what are the areas that we needed help. It can't just be that you and I, we have an argument, boom, oh, you need help, you need to go see therapist. It can't just be that, oh, babe, I want to do this, oh, you want to do that, we cannot find agreement, oh, let's go see therapy. It can't be like that. We have to iron this thing out. Maybe I will reach out to Man of Prestige. I will beg him if he can help us do a show to break this thing down. Let men know exactly what kind of situation they need help with. For instance, several topics have been covered lately on Man of Prestige and Obodo Yimbo TV. I know we talk about silent treatment. We spoke about lack of sex in marriages. That one was a big one. And when we were talking about that, ED came up. If you have ED, and you refuse to go see a doctor as a man, that has become a mental problem. Okay? So these are the issues. Your husband have ED, but this man don't want to accept he has ED. He refused to go and talk to the doctor. Then he needs help. Somebody need to reset his brain to let him know that now person you carry proof for her, she go need you, and she know when you come there, do 1 minute, 2 minutes, you don't finish, or maybe you were even struggling to get it up. So we need to identify what are those specific issues that a man need to go and talk to a therapist for. My gender, African man not go follow you go anywhere until you are able to identify and let him know that, well, you have to diagnose him and show him that now what did they do you be this? This is your problem. Once you can point it to him that this is where you are wrong, this is what is happening with you, boom, then he will step up. So please, just like Olivia is asking now, but what if they refuse help? If a man is refusing help, most time the man doesn't see it as a problem yet. He still thinks the wife is the problem. If you listen to Man of Prestige, you will have heard him discuss issues like this over and over again. Sometimes when some man just say, like, yeah, I'm not going, they are just seeing you are the problem. They don't believe they are the one something is wrong with. So if a man is refusing, I would say that man is yet to come to terms that something is wrong with him. Until he can see that something is wrong with him, he might not seek that help. And how can he see that something is wrong with him? Is when we identify the problem he's having. Okay? Somebody, imagine someone with anger management, anger issue, for instance. Any small thing, the man flare up. Any small thing, if he's doing that at home, chances are he's doing the same thing at work. And by the time somebody pointed out to him that, oh, Benny, this is the way your wife they talk. It's not only your wife complaining about it, even your friends at church, even at work. Everybody is saying that your anger, na disease. You got to fix it. Now, because it's coming from someone else, you go begin the list. I have to fix this thing. So that is another important thing to take note of. So lastly, as I'm rounding up, I'm going to round up with what my sister Marriott said. She summarized the solutions for us. And God bless you, Sister Marriott, for doing this. I don't take it for granted. God bless you so much. So in summary, the solution is 1, take accountability for your actions. As a man, if you are texting, you are chatting, you are sending your bola to a woman, they are sending pekus to you, everything, it is not okay. That is Gen Z nonsense. It is inappropriate. Now, if your wife caught you with that crap, don't turn it around and say, how dare you look at my phone? Because that is what my gender will do mostly. Once the wife call them and they call it out, they'll be like, how dare you look at my phone? What were you doing? Who are you? I married you. Oh, you don't grow wings, bro. You have to take accountability. That is the number 1 lesson you should take out of today's show. Number 2, talk to your spouse and understand why. You see this why? This is why it happened. Talk to your spouse and understand why it happens. Now, the one thing where most Nigerians they do wrong with this, and I go even, I go say it. Nigerians, we never think about why did this thing happen. Rather, we are thinking about, oh, what am I going to do now that it's happened? Should I cut the neck off? Abi make I throw and punch? Should I divorce him or divorce her? It goes both ways. When your wife do some things that you weren't expecting, figure out why did it happen? Why did she behave like this? What really happened? You caught your man texting, chatting, doing all kinds of things online. Find out first. Why did it happen? So talk to your spouse. Talk to your spouse and try to understand why they did what they did. In my case, in the story we spoke about today, the number 1 thing I did was to take accountability. And the number 2, I kept telling my mama, my madam, I was lonely. There's nobody to talk to. I continued to tell her. And then I promised this is not going to happen again. And that leads me to number 3 solution Sister Marriott get for us. Work on building trust. Like I told you guys, when I made my stupid mistake, it took me 3 years to rebuild that trust. You know, they come easily, especially if a woman will love you or man will love you. Once you betray that trust, why she say me have a boy, you will struggle to build that trust back. Only you go they report yourself. Nobody go even ask you nothing. Now only you go just, I go here today, oh, I do that tomorrow. Oh, somebody hugged me when I was out yesterday, oh. It takes a lot of work. So if you were caught chatting, texting somebody inappropriately and your spouse is angry, please take accountability, explain the situation or the circumstances surrounding it. And number 3, work on building trust. Try to gain their trust back. It's not easy, especially with cheating. I do tell my fellow men, you can do so many things wrong with your woman. If you don't cheat on her, all the issue is a small issue. Only when you cheat on her, that is when it takes longer and she might not even forgive you forever herself. So build trust. Building trust after you have done this nonsense, it takes a while. So once you are caught chatting, texting somebody and your wife is already angry, bros, don't just say, hey, Shebi, I apologize. Oh, Shebi, we talk about it. I told you I would do it again. Why are you still angry? But no, it's not going away very soon. Because that singular act, we unlock so many doubts in her mind. Because she caught you once, when you go to work, she's thinking you are probably doing the same thing again. When you go for a party, she's thinking you are probably in a woman's DM. Everything. When your phone rang, she's thinking, oh, they don't come again. What is Baba doing now again? So it will take longer. a year or two. Please, I'm begging you, please. Even though after 1 year, you know, some women, like my sister, that's why I love it when Chidima said it. Chidima, Sister Chiyako, they'll say, you never know women. Sister Natu will even say it. Once you commit one crime, they go help you package and keep on them. The 1 year later, you commit another, and they go back, go help you retrieve the one you did before. So maybe 1 year later, after your woman caught you, issue comes up, and you guys are arguing or something, and then she brings it back and says, don't tell me. Is that not how you came all the way from Nigeria, and the next thing you were doing, you were chatting, you were texting woman? Now you want verse, say, this thing, we've talked about it. I begged you. I told you. No, bros. It takes longer than that before you go away. And that is why, like MOP said, it's better you don't even do it. Because once you do it, linga neo. There's a song in Nigeria, Pasuma sang that song, Linga Linga Li. Oh, mama, linga, it will linger continuously for a long time. Okay? So finally, Sister Mariel said, see a professional if what you're doing isn't working. Yes. This is where man of prestige voice go they ring for my ear and everybody ear if you listen to him a lot. If what you are doing doesn't work and you want your marriage to work, seek professional help. Thank you, Sister Marriott. In fact, it be like Sister Marriott, a powerful prestige family analyst too. Just like Chidima. Chidima is also good at breaking this thing down like this. So please, you did this crime, your wife don't verse, everything don't scatter, you don't become pepper scatter. Seek professional help. That is why I suggest every time here that, hey, man of prestige is there. You can just slide, enter my brother at DMO. Just say, Baba, what I don't pass Gary, sir. I need to talk to you. And man of prestige has this, I think, is it 30 minutes phone call that he gives everybody. You don't have to pay. It's just a consultation time. He will listen to you. You will tell him whatever is going on. And this, my brother, will break it down for you amicably. He will listen to your concerns, your issues, and he will ask you, what exactly do you want to do? Do you want to fix it? If you want to fix it, how do you want to go about it? And then he will work with you. If you see my screen right now, that is Man of Prestige YouTube channel. His numbers are there. He has 2 free books. You can read these books, and these books will really help you a lot. He has 2 free books there. Please, and please reach out for professional help. To my sisters who might have found themselves in this situation, as a man, we are not proud of it, honestly speaking, but we want your marriage to work. And as a man, I know, say my fellow gender, I no go therapy, I no go talk to expert, but listen, I will be honest with you at this point. If your wife spent a lot of money to bring you abroad, and you got here, and because the way she talked or how she behaved as a result of what you did, you are getting in your feelings. You are starting to look at her like, oh, modern woman. Oh, she's disrespectful. She they behave like Americans. Oh, you know what? Make I judge you. When I get my pally, I will divorce her. I will divorce her and marry another person. Let me tell you, don't say, I've told you guys I'm an uncle. I will tell you anyway. You like, you listen, you like, you don't listen. My own say I don't do my part. Men, they suffer for this country. If you think, say, because she carry you come, you don't get pally, you don't stand, and they talk, you're not ready to work with her. You are not ready to listen or anything. You think say you could just jump out there. You are loud, loud. My divorce any. Karma no they take for America. She can start to initiate that karma from the comfort of her home. America, UK, London, anywhere. I don't know, maybe Europe, maybe Canada, maybe they have stuff lined up. But you see this America where I know. Bros, if you think say easy, Oparo, you will suffer. If she follow you bomber to bomber, hey, oh my right one here, you go jail if you no take time, because nobody she go send you go jail. By the time she follow you bomber to bomber, you are dealing with the stress of the divorce with her, and now you have work to go to, and you are still thinking of how will I end up? Will I pay child support? What will I do? Or maybe you are still thinking of going to school. So by the time you combine all these things together, you will be driving and you won't see where you are going. You will be at work and you will be doing rubbish. It's not easy. So if you find yourself in this shoe, women will always react. If you react, try to understand. Try to work with her. Okay? Now, if you lack the skill, that is why I keep bringing man of prestige back. If you lack the skills, because by me, many of you men will just think that I know it, or you don't know Jack. Oh, Mokeka. Being a married man takes more than bola. It takes more than money. If you know you lack the skill, talk to somebody like man of prestige. He is a Nigerian. He understood the Nigerian cultural system, everything well, and he's an American too, and he's an expert. He's not a pastor. I know say we know they like to go see pastor, because me say I will tell you, if I get problem with anybody, you carry me say go see pastor. Who thought I no go? Me only I won't lie. So I get it. Maybe you are not the type who will go and see a pastor, but you can talk to a professional. And by the time you talk to somebody like man of prestige, he's so patient. When he breaks it down, he will focus on you, tell you what you can do to improve on yourself, and you will be surprised you will have a happy home. Your marriage will work. So like my sister Marriott suggested in the summary, thank you, Sister Marriott. God bless you. In fact, I need to buy you coffee. Take these 4 lessons seriously. You find yourself in this cheating situation, don't throw your marriage away. Don't make your life miserable abroad. Take accountability. Talk to your spouse and understand why it happened. Work on building trust. That one go hard. But it's still the way to go. Work on building trust. See a professional if what you are doing isn't working. Lastly, this is my own recommendation for you. If you want to get rid of chatting with a girlfriend in Nigeria, you want it to be easier for you so that it won't become a problem in your marriage. It's very simple. Give your wife your phone password. Your laptop, your everything, give her the password. Let her have access to whatever you are doing on your WhatsApp. Marriage is about transparency. If you want to have a beautiful home, you have to be transparent. Once you give your wife your phone password, everything, and you are not doing all those shady things, somebody call you, you carry phone, you don't to backyard. I even see that thing as childish. It means you are not man enough. As I did like this now, no matter how they call me, if my wife like, she sit down here, I'm picking my call. Because I want me more. So please, be open. Give your wife your phone password. Leave your phone. Let her see what's going on. I will tell you something now. See, women, they like to look for trouble. When they are suspecting you, they like to do the sniff. But when you make it easier for them, you kukuma carry the whole thing, give them, oh yeah, back phone to me, take my phone, take my laptop. Anytime you want, just sit down. If they call me, pick my call, everything. Bros, after a while, they no go get your time. They will start looking for another way to attack you. That's their style. They will just say, okay, make I leave him phone for him. He know the high teeth. He know they use phone again. He's no longer using his phone. Maybe he has a hidden. They will start looking for something else. You will get your freedom. Now, when they hide your phone, you want to place your phone down. You put it in vibration. You close it. The phone is doing vibrating. You don't touch it. That is when your wife will start suspecting you. But the phone there, she get the password. Do whatever you want. And this is not just like you spiting her. No, you are being original and intentional about it. The moment she see that you're really not hiding anything, I'm telling you, woman, she will leave that one. She will start looking at something else. She might say, okay, where you park your car today is not where you park it yesterday. Maybe it's because of a one woman that make you to park it there. All right. Thank you, my sister, brother, everybody that has been part of this show. I'm going to split this show off, definitely. It's really long, But I thank Auntie B especially, and I thank Man of Prestige for his professional time. And I'm indebted to our own uncle, Uncle Patrick. God bless that man for us, honestly. Uncle Patrick always find time to come and teach us one or two things here. And if a young man watching this now, I want you to find somebody like Uncle Patrick. It's one of the tricks that I use that help me. When you have people, older people with wisdom, knowledge, and experience, you have issue, they can advise you one way or the other. You will rarely make mistake. So Uncle Patrick, God bless you. You will live long for us, sir. Everything you do will be successful. Now to my home sisters, Honey Babe, and of course Sister Natu, and Sissy is not here today. Marriott, everybody, I thank you for always calling into the studio and sharing your own knowledge with us. God bless you. We don't take it for granted. And in the chat, Sister Yvette, Sister Chinye, all my team from all the way from Nigeria, the social media freelancer team, thank you guys for always being here. Oh, Sister O'Shea, I never hear O'Shea talk before. Maybe one day, O'Shea and D, we decide to talk. D, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, if you need help, reach out to my brother, Man of Prestige. Let him help you. Man, woman, wherever you are, you need this help. Reach out to Man of Prestige, please. I will see you guys in the next one. And, before that, I want to say I really appreciate you all. God bless you. Hey, thank you, my honey babe, my accountability prefect. All right. Until I come back again, everybody, we're having another show tomorrow. Make a show now. What we go talk about tomorrow? Let me show you guys. And I know, say me, I like to find trouble. Where? So tomorrow, this tumbling is bad. But I'll show you guys. So tomorrow, we're gonna be talking about Breaking Bad. That's the topic we have tomorrow. Breaking Bad. I know so I go say which one be Breaking Bad again, Ben. I never heard this one before. Let me just show you guys real quick. Come here, may we drag on tomorrow. Nakuma no say I dey stubborn. I go speak my mind, okay? And just to let you guys know, I don't go live when Auntie B or Man of Prestige is live. I usually like to go live before their show or after their show. So that is why you are missing some lives from me. And the reason I do that is because Auntie B and Man of Prestige, they are actually helping a lot of people on their platform. I want people to be there learning. I don't want them to be here where me I just they rant. Why they can be getting knowledge elsewhere. So tomorrow, this is what we're talking about. We want to discuss Breaking Bad. Okay? We are discussing Breaking Bad tomorrow. All those women that is still imported, this one an imported wife situation. No? You know, today we talk of imported husband. Tomorrow, an imported wife situation. No? So that's why we are having that Breaking Bad tomorrow. This is a story of a woman that was imported to the US. If you know what this woman do, hey, Sister Chi, but see, at the lower money don't plenty. This is where I usually ask him to come and pray. Sister Chi, thank you so much, my sister. God bless you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Wow, $5, big money. All right, so tomorrow we're gonna talk about Breaking Bad. It's a story of an imported wife who did something great. Unknowingly, it was one of the most terrible things that women do these days that ruin marriages as fast as it could. In the case of her story, when her husband wanted to start breaking, Baba was breaking so bad. If you have seen that movie, Breaking Bad, have you seen that American series, Breaking Bad? MOP will be live by 4 o'clock. If you see that American movie, Breaking Bad, you know what I'm talking about. When this husband wants to go bad, It was terrible. So I'm going to tell you the story tomorrow. I think we will do this around 10 a.m. tomorrow, Central Standard Time. That should be like 4 o'clock in London, 4 o'clock in Nigeria. And of course, to those in New York, it's going to be like around 11. And I don't know Canada or Sister Marriott. Now I know how down at time they work. And Sister Marriott and Misty say their time, they're all over the place. So, but we're going to discuss Breaking Bad tomorrow, okay? All right. So, watch out for this one tomorrow. And my name remained Uncle Beno, your stubborn brother. Thank you all. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, everybody. Thank you again, Sister Chinye. God bless you. We really appreciate that donation. Thank you so much, my sister.